are much louder and probably more excited sounding than me. So it is hard competition to say the least. So these guys will be doing that in Portuguese at twitch.tv/Ubisoft Esports or youtube.com/Ubisoft Esports. So if you speak Portuguese and you want to catch that there, you can do so. You can always even multi-twitch it to catch up Portuguese and English if you do want to hear a little bit of competition. Also, if you want to hear it in German, as I said, Vertipones is doing that, so you can catch that there if you speak German, the Deutsch. But this will be here, the English one. So there will be lots of weird, fun, awkward moments as we stare at these guys but have no idea what they're saying as they talk about the match going on today. The one going on today should be really interesting because it is V3 Masters, which so far this season are the Masters, against Keydstars, who threw a game to play this game against V3, so they didn't have to play against Santos Dexterity, which was funny because Santos Dexterity then lost their match to Pain last week. As this is Playday number 6, the second to last Playday, there are only 7 total, to see who's going to land. So it should be interesting to see if Keydstars made a big mistake and they go down, or if they can manage to pull this off. They did win their one last week, so we'll see. We got a nice 5-minute break already. Good start to things. So, yeah, it was a bit of a throw if you go back and watch Playday 3 or 4. The one with the Keydstars match. Yeah, you can see that in my VODs or on my YouTube. It was definitely interesting, to say the least. So, while we wait for this, I'm just going to throw the music back on so I don't have to talk about nothing for a while. But that is the setup for today, so get comfortable, get yourself a drink, get a snack, and to get comfortable for your Sunday afternoon Fight Fest here. So we've just started the stream and are already on break. So you guys haven't missed anything. We have just begun. But for some reason they've already gone to a break, so I'm going to take advantage of that again to rest my voice so that I can keep it fresh for yelling during that. As far as I know, Kix is not planned to join just because he hasn't said anything about it and he looks like he's away. So I don't know. If he decides to join today, he can hit me up and we will do so. So it's all up to him whether or not he wants to do that. So as he just kind of jumps in. But yeah, so we'll just throw on some music for a minute, kick it, have a good time, get comfortable, and we'll get started hopefully soon here. Alright, here we are back again. For those of you who haven't caught this before, you can see they're on a LAN environment. So they are all there. Dude on Keyed Stars keep giving the peace to the people. So he is over there. All the Keyed Stars on the right, the V3 Masters guys on the left. They're all there in person in Brazil. So they are actually on low ping, which is definitely an interesting way to play for Brazil of all teams, or of all players, because they are very aggressive and twitchy, and that would make for a bit of ping advantage in terms of peaker's advantage, but they cannot play peaker's advantage on LAN, so this is actually good for watching them play. So they actually have to aim faster and win their gunfights the normal way. Let me know how my mic sounds, if I sound good. Always a bit hard to be 100% sure, and it does get moved around occasionally, so I want to make sure it catches more of my talking than my breathing. So just let me know if that sounds good in there. Thanks everyone for tuning in so far. We've got a slow trickle of people in. It is a Sunday afternoon, so it does make for a bit of a lazy watching here. Maybe even watching on your phone in bed, just chilling, enjoying the afternoon. Looks like these guys doing the same here, having to get up early in their day and get all dressed for church to come to the Church of Siege. So thanks everyone for stopping in so far. Make sure to let other people know, anyone who might be interested in watching Pro League Brazil, if they speak Portuguese, you can let them know about the Portuguese feed. If they speak English, let them know about this feed. Or if they speak German, you can let them know about Vertipones' feed, which is, I believe, ESL_Vertipones, so that everyone can come in and enjoy and support the Latin American Pro League, so that this becomes a big thing too. So it's not just EU and NA. Hopefully down the line, Australia, New Zealand, and Asia will get their thing going. But that may take some time for the regions to grow. Obviously, Brazil has a bigger esports scene than some of those areas like Australia and New Zealand. So we are just waiting for them to get set up. It will take them a little while here. You saw that at least they were all seated. Both teams were getting ready to go. They had their stuff hooked up and ready to do its thing. We will, however, have map picks and bans hopefully soon, which is being done on paper still, as far as I know. Last I saw it was they are having problems with the site that they used to live ban, so they just do it on paper, which is kind of cool. So hopefully we'll see that soon. But first off, information about the bracket. So this is the playoff bracket here to try and decide who's going to be going to the LAN finals in Poland. So we have V3 Masters versus Keyed Stars, and then Black Dragons versus Pain. So that will be next week, and that is in the losers bracket. So V3 versus Keyed should be interesting today to see who might go to that semifinals on May 14th, it looks like. So that should be good. That is, I think, part of the... I think there will also be relegation. So I'm not sure exactly how the end of that bracket works there on May 14th. I thought May 14th was just relegation stuff going on to decide who does what, but there might be for seeding placement for LAN. So not sure how that works. As this is Playday number 6, and next week will be Playday number 7, which I thought was the last Playday, but sometimes this bracket is very confusing, so at least it's not as simple as the former league system was. So we'll hopefully make some adjustments to that in the future. These guys talking about how these teams are going to be doing. I'm anticipating a pretty good match, although I'm going to favor V3. I mean, I'd say because V3 beat Santos, but then again, so did Pain. So, but V3, I think, a good team here. Solid play. Starting off with PZD, I think one of their good fraggers for sure. Good roamer as well in Jaeger. And then we've got Psycho, who can go a little crazy occasionally. His hair is a little crazy. Kamikaze also had with some good plays last time we saw them play. He is watching us, Thigh. Hopefully he's watching cameras as well. And then Richard Gere. The throat slit there. The throat slit's always a little bit cringy. But yeah, it is nice that they have very good production quality down in Brazil. It is not something where they're slacking just because they're new. Looks like one guy, though, already falling asleep. Poor guy. Was that Gear? He's getting a little sleepy. This guy's trying to wake up in the morning. Hopefully they got their Red Bulls. All I see is waters. Gonna have to get cracking soon on the energy drinks. I know I am dipping into the energy drinks already, as 10 a.m. is so early for me, as I'm on the Pacific Coast here in California, so it's 10 for me, although it's probably noon or 1 p.m. for them. Here's the Keyed Stars, guys. We've got Hasan Namaringa intact. Good player. I like a lot of his plays, especially. Julio Crazy guy. Mav, definitely an important player as well on this team. Yuna, haven't seen as much from other than that monkey dance. Wag, also a really good player. I think Mav's been the one that's been doing a lot of the key plays for this team when they aren't throwing. So they are getting set up. You see them just double checking some things on the computers. See the refs there watching, making sure they're setting that stuff up. They're all getting their things together. I like how they have little webcams on each of the computers, so we actually get face cams during the matches, which is nice. Are you saying, what's that? Fabian Wag is banned? Wag our ban? Not sure what that means. So who is playing is basically Keyed Stars versus V3 Masters. So V3 Masters are the current champion. Yes, Stars versus V3. So V3 are the current ones that are on top that have won every match. And then Keyed Stars are the ones who threw to play this match. So, and yes, I will keep saying throw because they did admit they threw it. So that it's not just theory. They did apologize, I think, at some point, but they definitely admitted that they threw that one match. Which was a little interesting to watch, to say the least, just being maniacs. I'm not sure what the second match will be today. I'm not sure if Pain will be it, or... It's really hard to say because they haven't shown the schedule yet. Let me check. Wag banned for showing the finger to the opposite team. Yeah, we did see them show the finger, but they were... I mean, if he was banned for that, that's unfortunate because they were totally joking. It was friendly banter between the two teams. They seemed to enjoy it and laugh as well. So if he was banned for it, then feels bad. But I guess that's what happens when you get a little out of control. Let's see if there's a schedule for a second match today. Where is that? Best of 5 today? So there's one match? This is weird. I didn't know it was a best of 5. That's a strange setup. Brazil doing things a bit differently. But that's cool. So that's a very strange setup that I was not even prepared for in terms of like a weird schedule. Let's see. Yeah, I do only see the one match today, which is I guess a best of 5. Should be interesting. Definitely going to be a little bit of a slog for them. Thanks everyone for chiming in on that because I didn't know that that was the case because that is not what is happening for EU and NA as far as I know. So, should be strange. But they're talking to these two guys as captains here. I'm getting a little hype up. Hopefully start the band soon. What's up, Adam? Yo, Scrubrick. Cheers to everyone for tuning in. The slow trickle of people. You guys haven't missed anything just yet, but it's going to be a best of 5, one long, massive match. So, with the best of 5, I have a feeling we're going to probably see at least 4 maps. Then I don't think it's going to go 3-0. Just because I don't think these teams are that unbalanced. I would think at least a 3-1, if not a 3-2. So it should be interesting. So hopefully you guys have got the correct info there, but I imagine that's the way they're doing it, I guess. We don't speak Portuguese, so those of you who do may be just hearing what they're saying, and that's where you get that information, so hopefully that's correct. These guys look like they're excited, ready to get going. Best of 5 is definitely a hard thing to play. I don't know if you guys have ever played any kind of competitive siege, like even just a Go 4, but a best of 3 already tires you out if you make it to map number 3. Playing a best of 5 has got to be exhausting because you can't just slack off one map unless you're so confident you can get another one. You got to work hard the whole time. Like you may have to guarantee you have to play to your maximum at least 3 maps to win. So it's just should be interesting. One of these teams is going to get exhausted. They're going to have the stamina to last through that. Not sure what you mean, Logics, by considered. I don't know if anything else will be best of 5 outside of Brazil. Oh, there's the little heart. I like when there's little hearts. So I'm not sure how that works, because unless they're changing up the finals format this year for some reason, then it should still be best of 3 for the finals. But I know like best of 5 is exciting, but like I said, that's got to be exhausting for the teams, and it's almost more of a test of stamina than it is of skill towards the end, because you just get exhausted, you get tilted way easier, playing to your max for, what is that, like a couple hours straight. There's got to be breaks in there at least, because you think about it, right? The minimum a map is going to go for 5 rounds is like 4 times 5 rounds, which is 20 minutes. That's the minimum amount of time for a map, right? And then if it's an evenly matched team, you're going to see more like 40, 45 minutes per map. And you're guaranteed at least 3 maps. So that's, like over 2 hours. And that's if you win every single time or lose every single time, like 3 out of 5. If you go 3-2, we're talking like 3.5 hours for a single match. So that's why, you would need a halftime, Adam. It's just I imagine that's what we'll do. Oh, they banned Coastline. They only get 2 bans here, so it's unfortunate. That means we're not going to see Coastline. So let's see what we are going to see. Poor Coastline. We hardly knew you. Yay, Cafe's gone. I'm not a fan. So, good luck on that one. Let's see. We still got Consulate, we still got Chalet, we still got Oregon, we still got Clubhouse. What else do we have here? Oh, Clubhouse gone. Yeah! Alright, they're getting rid of Clubhouse and Cafe, so I am already happy. Because Chalet and Oregon are definitely ones I'd like to see. Consulate as well. So Skyscraper's gone, so let's see what else do we have here. Plane, Yacht. No, just kidding. Border, that's right. Border is going to be in. And let's see what else we got here. One more map. I could never remember the last one. I'm sure it's one no one wants to play. Bank. There we go. Whoever said that. Thank you, MMO. I'm not sure how your name is pronounced. So, so the maps we have left there. All right. So on V3 side, they're going to pick Oregon and Border. And then Chalet and Consulate for Keyed. I'm going to write these down so I don't forget, because this is a lot to remember here. Okay, and then the decider is going to be Bank. Okay, make notes of that there. So, this should be interesting. I'm not sure what the order of the maps being played is. They were just showing us who picked what and what sides. So I think we'll probably see Oregon first, but so as far as what you said, Karma, in terms of the whole Elevate thing, that was for toxic behavior that was not friendly. So that's the difference in my opinion. But hey, it's not my call either way. So we are going to start on Keed's map, which is Chalet. This is the map we saw them having trouble with last time when they played last weekend. And then this is the map they also threw pretty heavy on when they threw their match. So for anyone who literally just tuned in, this is a best of 5, only one match today. They are doing it very different from the other guys from NAEU. So it should be interesting to say the least. And hopefully there will be like a halftime or something, or an intermission of some kind, so they don't get completely exhausted. But as we saw just a moment ago, for those of you who might have missed it, the 5 maps that they will be playing are Oregon, Border, where the V3 picks. Keed picked Chalet and Consulate, and then the decider map will be Bank. So that means we're not going to see any Coastline, we're not going to see any Clubhouse, we're not going to see any Cafe, and we're not going to see any Skyscraper. Womp womp. That's alright. Some good maps banned in there, and then unfortunate for Coastline, Skyscraper. But Skyscraper has some bugs at the moment that make it a little bit iffy to do. Alright, Karma, I'll have to take your word for it, because I did not see exactly what happened, so. Alright, so they are starting here on Chalet. They are playing Bar Game Room to start with. Only in Brazil are they willing to play bar game room to start. So should be interesting. Let me know how the sound is as the game gets kicked off here in terms of balance between game audio and microphone audio. See, I'm going to turn that up a little bit there. So let me know if that's a good balance. I can always adjust it, but there's no delay because I don't need a delay. They're on LAN and it's a feed anyways. So
10 seconds left.
I can make adjustments as needed. So they're going to be setting up a lot of defenses upstairs as well. They're going to be playing that. Yes, I know EU's played it, but not a ton. This is something where Mira is the only thing that has really like made them willing to play it. I know Playing Ducks have played it at least once. I'm not sure if Zizou did or not. But this is one where Mira makes it a little more viable because Mira can hold the game room a little bit better from the bar. So as far as the Pain game, that will be next weekend. So for those of you noted fans, make sure to tune in for that as well. I will be, of course, doing the English cast of that also. So that should be good. I believe that is going to be versus Black Dragons. So I think that is a little more Pain favored, but that should be interesting. So we've got PZD here on Twitch, hanging out outside. Look at this angle. This is where we've seen a lot of bandit kills. PZD hoping to get one of those. We've seen so many times that angle being used to pick someone in that window. And I like that they hold that angle to try and get the ladder, but it just, yeah, it's a nice, easy kill. And unfortunate for defenders who get picked off like that. Kamikaze already in pretty fast here, taking control of this floor. He definitely is playing like a kamikaze. Could catch Julio there, but doesn't see the top of his head behind the bar. That bar being very useful for defending right there. He's going to drone. PZD going to be working his way up to the top floor now. They've got to take control of both floors to an extent here to make sure that they can get the plant down or get enough kills at least. There we go. Ooh. And the attackers bringing a fuse means that if they get control of this top floor, it's going to be really bad. There's PZD taking down Intact, and that's a nice, good first kill, starting to clean up that top floor. Ooh. Close one there. Just barely getting that shot off and not getting picked back. PZD with another kill on a Moringa. That's the second of the round. He's taking control of this top floor already. Now they can bring that fuse in if they can get all the way around to there. They also have their glass not doing anything just yet. Carrying the diffuser, oddly enough. Nice C4 attempt there trying to defend that, but no one was in that just yet. Psycho taking a lot of damage from across the way there. Glass, who was trying to perhaps look down at a different angle, is caught from the side, a little unprepared for this push-up from Yuna. Now, I got to be prepared for these stairs because this is what connects these two rooms together, and that is like the big deal for them in terms of controlling this. So if they can keep control of those stairs, that'll make a big difference in making sure no one else can rotate up easily right into them and has to take longer angles. Ooh, nice kill. Third kill of the round for PZD. Taking down Yuna here. He's pretty much cleaned up everyone. Now the rest of his team just needs to do some work. It's 5v2. Not a good situation for them to be in. Not sure where this fuse is. If he was over here fusing right now, he's working his way over. But there goes PZD. Mob finally cleaning up one of them. But he gets taken down in a nice trade by Kamikaze, who was waiting for it. That fuse still not doing it. There we go. There's the fuse cluster charges. There. Nice finishing kill. He had nowhere to go at that point. Great finish. A long way for fuse to get there. But he finished it off with a bang. Good cluster charge there. And a great start from these guys. Nicely played. Good old V3 is cleaning him up, and that puck drops nearly right on his head. So the maps are Oregon Border, Chalet, Consulate, and Decider map is Bank. So PZD with this 3K to start with, and a pickup by Kamikaze and Thai with the cluster charges. So nicely done. I think they only had 2 kills on the defending team. Wasn't great. So this is the first map. For everyone just tuning in, all you've missed is 1 round so far. This is the first map of the best of 5 only match today. There will be VODs, of course, so you can go back and watch what you miss if you come in late. So they are not also doing the bar game room, which is good. They're doing trophy room, which is a bit more standard, of course. And yes, this is going to be long. I imagine there will be hopefully some kind of break, intermission, halftime, something in the middle. What's up, Helby? Always nice to have a mix of North American, European, Brazilian, Australian viewers in here. Great that everyone comes and supports Latin America. I think it's at a time where everyone can come more. So, and I'm not sure why it's best of 5. It's I think more of a Brazil thing, but it is cool, and it will be nutty for sure. So, Bana here taking a long angle. Moringa hoping to catch someone. That's something we just saw PZD like shooting for last time, but they are hiding just out of range there. It looks like it was Psycho hanging out, trying to check his cameras. Yeah, the memories of Keed throwing on this map. So hopefully Keed not going to be throwing this time. But that first round definitely went over to V3.
Reload.
So it looks like Moringa trying to find someone, but decides not to. or doesn't rather. Intact pushing in with the Thatcher. Now, the question is their attacker lineup configured correctly for this bomb site? Because if they are willing to play 3 different bomb sites in Brazil, it is a little harder to predict the start bomb site for a team unless you know their preferences from scrimming and things like that. So you do have to make sure that you have some idea what they're going to be playing, or pick a flexible attacker lineup. Ooh, nice shots there from PZD, catching a lot of shots in Intact, nearly finishing the job, but not quite. A lot of glass breaking there too. Julio droning him out though, so that Intact can try and follow it up. Does fluster PCD a little bit. Una going up to Pride Rock here, looking for anyone coming out of office. Oh, and there we go. There's a kill onto Mav from Psycho. Does finish the job onto that Thatcher, and then Sledge gets taken out as well. PZD with a nice kill onto him, onto Intact. What's up, Chaotic Fuji? How you doing, man? Moringa holding an angle there as well. They're definitely all super nutty here. K-Stars, though, already down 2 men. It is a 5-3. Minute 18 left. These attackers not looking so strong. They do have both their hatch openers and wall openers still with Habana and Thermite, and as well as the glass to cover them for a potential plant. Not sure why he's carrying the diffuser, but they're going to have to try and get in here and get something going on. They're at least going to get this hatch open here, start to make some plays. But PZD is set up nicely with this mirror window. They are holding from here. He's got the hatch reinforced below him. Interesting plan. Trying to figure out where they are from the attackers here.
Bomb located.
They have to fight 2, and there is 1 right there. Does do a little bit of damage, but mostly to himself. As Moringa takes a lot of shots. He's watching for anyone peeking that window, and it looks like Julio could come to do that in a moment, but he's not going to just yet. That is one of the ways to help cover for a plant in there, is to try and take an angle into dining to make sure that the window is not being covered on Trophy. Gear, however, is hanging back, ready for this peek from Julio. Pre-fires just a little bit. Moringa, though, managing to take down 1 of V3 as he takes down a second one. PZD and Kamikaze go down. Julio drops in retaliation by Una, and then so it looks like it is all down to 2 more. There we go. Nicely done by V3, finishing the job at the end there. It was starting to look a little bit iffy as K-Stars were finally starting to get some picks, but they didn't have enough time left anyways. They had to start rushing it a bit, and the picks went down from V3. Already a good start for them. Thigh, again with the finishing kill cam here. He's always the last one to get that kill in. Now PZD going back on attack against Bar Game Room again. They lost Bar Game Room, so they're going to try it again. Obviously, this is one they want to play and are favoring. So, a lot of great plays coming out from V3. A few more kills that round from Keatstars than before, but they're still having trouble. And this was Keatstars' map, so that's not looking good for them. Not a great start for the team that picks this map, but that doesn't always necessarily make a difference here.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds to go.
See them with that defense upstairs. Last time when they did this, we saw PZD go in and just kill all 3 of them, kind of top floor, and that did not work out super great for them. So if they can stop PZD from going on a rampage up top again, that might make a little bit of a difference. So far, the impact players on each team, I'd say PZD for sure on V3. Although Kamikaze, I've seen some great plays from as well. Psycho, Thigh, and Gear have been are a bit more support players. Intact here, a great player on K-Stars, as well as Mauve. I think are 2 of the stronger players. I think there was a 3rd one I'm forgetting, also quite good. But this is PZD waiting for that kill on Intact, who's going to be crouched at the right angle here to not give that up. He's just waiting for someone to come up the ladder. No one going to be doing so just yet, though. Side droning in. K-Star's Mob trying to stop him. Una being a nice in-between player, but he hasn't gotten a ton of kills. He did get 1 almost on their Galaz last time, but not quite. There we go. PZD playing the jungle a little bit here. They're just trying to get as much cleared out as possible before they push into either of the site areas.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
So we'll see if Intact's going to be able to stop anyone there. Mav also waiting for Kamikaze to push in here. Now, I imagine we'll see some pretty fresh. They see those holes there, so unless he made those, he knows someone's playing around here. Gonna take out that camera and then rotate around. He's actually gonna try and use that hole in his favor and do some droning instead. He's gonna play this smart rather than face checking this. This is game 1, map number 1 of the only match today that's a best of 5.
Attackers have located a bomb.
PZD gonna be throwing his shock drone up.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Intact. Ooh, getting a little bit shocked there. I said to pay off throwing that up there. It's going to mess with him a little bit. And not only will he know he's up there, but he's going to be a little bit weaker in the process. Now, it looks like Mob not going to get his kill because Kamikaze is going to rotate past him, but he's waiting for the trade back. Yuna, in the meantime, though, getting down one of V3. There's a nice trade back by Thigh, and then there we go, a nice kill by Kamikaze. And here could be a second one on Yuna. Freebie from the knife, and there's another kill from Intact, though, onto Thigh. Nice glass play there from Psycho as he moves into the site. They're getting ready for the plant here. Intact staying upstairs, trying to just guard that spot, but they're going to get the plant down, and he's going to have to try and drop to do anything. So this bar game room still not working out for them. They think it's unexpected, but at this point, I think it's kind of expected, and expected that they'll lose it. Psycho holding an angle. Looks like Gear's also waiting in there, hiding behind the bomb. Does get taken down by Intact at least, but Kamikaze holding a longer angle works out for him, and that is 3 rounds up for V3. Going on strong, looking like they're hyped. Brazilians definitely have a different meta, and the meta so far is that V3 win every round. Nice long angle there. I like how they played that defense of the diffuser, especially knowing that he was upstairs and was going to have to rotate down. So hopefully they're not going to play that side again. We are going to see V3 having to play a different site. They defended Trophy Room successfully, so now they're going to be going downstairs into the snowmobile garage for their defense. So Pain will be next weekend. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. Yes, I did say best of 5. This is a best of 5. See how they're going to set this up here.
10 seconds. 5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
So now they do have a lot of people to open up the wall here. I mean, they had to have known probably that this was their preferred one. Bandit tricking that. No! Well played, Bandit, but we still got one open there, and then once that's open, third one should be easy. Now, that's all 3 used, though. That means none for any kind of hatches or anything. So hopefully that was worth doing. But the nice thing is that was done quickly within the first 30 seconds. That's really the important thing, is getting that open in the first 30 seconds puts a ton of pressure on them, and they can now freely attack Wine Cellar with having someone watching their back on the connector. So that is the important thing. So, Moringa looking for any cameras, trying to check for Valkyrie cams. Which I imagine there is some, as there is a Valkyrie here from Psycho. Moringa trying to decide where they're at inside the snowmobile garage to attack it. And this is a best of 5, for anyone who missed it. Mav trying to figure out whether or not it's clear. They're really being cautious here on the drones, because they know V3 have the gunpowder. They've got to actually have some idea where they're at to pre-fire these. But the pre-fires does work a little bit there from Mav. Takes a lot of damage for it, but he does take down one V3 member, and already that's an accomplishment for them based off how things have been so far. I am not on 1080, 60 FPS. I am on 60 FPS, but I'm on 1280 by 720. Just due to some computer and internet restrictions. Yuna, though, with a nice kill on Thigh. That is 2 defenders down. V3 actually losing here. Moringa manages to take down Kamikaze, and then Gear is also low on health, and is down to him and Psycho. This is looking good for them. Psycho does pick off one, but there goes Gear, and Psycho's low on health as he gets finished off by Intact. And that is the first win for K-Stars, feeling good against V3, finally taking a match. It is, or a round. It is 3-1 here. So that is not too bad for them. But they're going to have to step it up a bit. Close this out because one more round at his match point. Bar Gaming Room again. They're going to have to do something drastically different here. As did not work the last 2 times. And for cussing this English, you're welcome. Yes, I believe there will be 2 from Latin America going to the finals.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Jiri, I think is maybe how the name's pronounced. I don't know. For gear, get some more info on that. What's up, Rankasm? How's it going, buddy? So hopefully they're going to defend this a little bit differently, because even when they successfully kept someone upstairs, they still lost everyone downstairs, and then it was all for naught. So yeah, this site is not working out for them, to be honest. And like, they would have been better off picking a different site and doing something different, which says to me that maybe they don't have the right strategies to be able to do a second site, and that's the big problem when you're trying to get into Pro League, or to get into not just Pro League but the finals for LAN. You're not going to be a good LAN contender if you don't have a lot of strategies. So for anyone just tuning in, this is a best of 5, the only match today, Keydstars versus V3. The maps are Oregon and Border, Consulate and Chalet, and Bank for the Decider. I'm not sure the orders, but the first 2 were V3 picks. The second 2 were Keydstars picks. This was Keydstars pick, but V3 showing that they're picking off Keydstars just fine on it, 3-1 already. PZD doing his usual thing, working towards the top floor attack here. Probably going to throw in a shock drone if he hasn't already. Looks like he's actually out of shock drones, so I'm not sure if he has any left or if they've both been destroyed. And yeah, this is a LAN environment. They all play in LAN environment for Brazil, which is cool. And this is the first match and only match of the day. Moringa with a nice early kill on a Psycho. That's good for Keat. Finally starting to get their groove. Moringa just hanging out there on that Rook. So hopefully they figured out something different to do. That is a good start, though, at least taking in the glass. But honestly, we haven't seen a ton of kills from Psycho, so I'm not sure that's going to be super impactful. Although I think Jiri or Gear, or however his name's pronounced, was the glass last time. Not sure. No, maybe not. A little bit of lag there for a second. And just to be clear, I don't control any of the cameras, any of the feed, anything like that. I just get it fed to me from Brazil without the Portuguese. So, see, Intact still holding his position up here with support from Moringa. They're doing a lot of droning to figure out where they're at, though. Losing the guys wasn't a big deal, but... And I usually cast all these in English. I've done all the Playdays except for Playday number 1 because there was no feed for Playday number 1, fortunately. Ooh, nice drone there, catching Moringa out. That's going to help. Mza. That's funny. Ooh, nice kill on there. Moringa there. Good play by the Ash Kamikaze. He does play a bit aggressively here. Ooh, and there's a nice pick there from behind. Unit taking one down as well as Intact. Finish off Kamikaze, and that's a good shot there. Intact. Oh, and he's almost clutching it for his team here, but there's still 2 to find. Thigh going to try and make sure Julio's going to have a hard time downstairs. We saw him get the finishing kill last time, and that's why you use Fuse. It forces people out like that, and Thigh gets killed by his own cluster charge. That feels bad for Keydstars as he drops. But yeah, definitely check the VODs out, B. Richie. There are VODs of all of them. I put them on my YouTube as well. The Breaching Siege YouTube. Ooh, feels bad for these guys. They thought they had it in the bag there. And there it goes. Someone clip that one for me, please. Clip that Twitch clips. That Fuse self-kill there. That's a good one to share. Feels bad. So, that is 3-2 now. Keydstars actually having a great play on that one. Yeah, that is for the Pojo's Digest for sure. So, we are going to see kitchen trophy room again as they play down below. There we go. Thank you for the clip there, guy with an accent. I'm going to save that for posterity. That's a fun one. Give that over to Pojo Man. So, see if they defend this successfully yet again. They defended it the first time on round number 2. Defended it, the snowmobile garage, I think actually unsuccessfully, on round number 4. So this is their second play on this defensive spot.
To locate a bomb and defuse it.
Feed up and running.
Game volume's a bit low. Okay, turn it up a little bit. Thank you for letting me know.
Scanning.
Let me know if that's good there. I don't want to do it too much. PZD doing some roaming around. He's a bit of an aggressive player here. Well, at least it feels good for Keed knowing that they managed to adjust their bar defense. They lost it really badly the first 2 times, and then that third time won it quite strongly. So, Mauve pushing this very aggressively with an SMG. Interesting. PZD definitely playing very heavy roam here, just rotating all around the site. Mauve, though, going to be trying to help clear it. Taking control of library first. This is how you should play top floor, though. You take control of library, which is a little bit easier sometimes, and then you take control of the master bedroom and office, and the bathroom, of course. And then you work your way across, pinch the middle, control the stairs, and then attack down below from the office and from the master bedroom if you can, through the floor, which they have a fuse, they have a sledge, they can do so. So that's what I would expect to see if they're doing it right here. Though it looks like Mauve is going to go on the hunt. He does want to take down that Jaeger PZD. Going to be a thorn in their side if they can't take him out. But they needed to pinch him, and unfortunately he's all the way down instead of up. It's easier to pinch the top floor in some ways. Julio, though, trying to take an angle from Master Bath. Now they're taking control of this side a bit. Here's the C4, though. Doesn't escape it. He does drop the diffuser as well, so he's going to have to get picked up by Habana here. This Pulse is going to be able to try and find him, potentially. I like how they have the camera here as well. Oh, that was definitely played into that C4 working. I like how he's going to be able to actually potentially help defend this diffuser from there, but it is a little too late. Looks up at the last second there. Fuse going to try and do his thing now that he's back up in 50% health. Nice angle here from Intact through the window, but Kamikaze is pre-firing it, and the trades aren't in time. Psycho, though, does finish off Julio. That is Fuse's second chance gone. Looks like Psycho hoping someone's going to come up the ladder. As someone repels instead, PZD gets one down, and then it gets traded by Moringa, taking down Psycho. It is now down to a 4v3. 43 seconds left. As I say that, Yuna takes down Jiri. It is a 3v3 now. Looks like the Habana a bit low on health. Everyone else full health. Should be pretty crazy your last 30 seconds. These 3 attackers need to get some progress in here. And the C4 comes out, doesn't quite hit its target, but the diffuser is still trapped upstairs thanks to Fuse's mishandling. But that was a nice one tap there by Yuna. Second tap just to make sure. And then PZD comes out of the corner right into Yuna's shots. He is playing that glass to a T, but it doesn't matter when Kamikaze comes around for the pitch, but gets traded back by Moringa, and that is another round for the K-Stars comeback, 3-3. This is definitely looking a lot better for them. Almost looked like you had a bottle of wine there, but it looks like some kind of Adidas bottle. But nicely played Moringa here, jumping around for that last kill. Good trade back on the Pulse. So the trades back and forth there definitely worked for them. Now K-Star's having to play a different site for once. They're going to be going Wine Cellar Snowmobile, not preferring Trophy at all. And we'll see how they can do that. But they have made quite a comeback. See, Moringa and Yuna and Intact being the reason for that. Mav and Julio, actually good players. Surprising to see that they're that low. But Moringa has just been going ham. And then Yuna making a comeback as well. The banana hunts really paying off there for Yuna, as he picked a bunch of bananas that round. Helby, I do not know. I am up for it. I have volunteered for it. And, I'm planning on it, but I await official word from ESL on that. So I would hope so, as a Panky will not be available. So as far as I know, it would just be Blooded Kicks if I'm not there. So one would hope that I will be there. So hopefully I will be at LAN and you guys will see me there casting the finals, as I have the last 3 finals, Invitationals and Season 2 and 3 finals. So Kamikaze a little bit cautious there. Mav doing an interesting play here in the car, or the big car garage. What sounds dirty in particular? Not sure. Yeah, I'll get the answer the day before. I have been at LAN, Rarvid, if you've seen the previous LAN finals. I haven't not been at a LAN, actually, since Season 1. Season 1 is the only LAN finals that I wasn't at, actually, so. Ooh, intact. Just barely dodging those shots. Pinky left for PUBG to be a community esports manager of some kind, so. And unfortunately, I was not able to take Pinky's spot due to the fact that I had a job conflict that kind of flip-flopped at the last second, wouldn't allow me to work remote, so I was not able to go. I was planning on going, but it just did not work out, unfortunately. PZD almost getting picked by Intact. The trade's back and forth between those two. Psycho coming around for the pinch, and then Kamikaze getting the kill. Nicely done. Oh, hunting banana sounds dirty, yeah. I like everyone roaming and trying to pinch each other back and forth. It's definitely fighting over the top floor. No one actually even bothering with wine cellar, snowmobile, or car garage here. It's really all about these top floors, these roam plays. Coming out crazy in this attack here. It's just not the usual what you'd see from these guys. And I think that is due to the heavy roam play from the defenders. Although it is slowly falling apart here. Ooh, nice bandit tricking there from Moringa. That is definitely going to help their cause, force them to fight a bit more upstairs or from the wine cellar. Thai deciding to save his Ether, although there may have been... no, it wasn't Hibana. There's no Hibana here, so there's no backup on if he loses his second thermite breach charge. So, ooh, nice pick there by Julio with the prone angle. Nice little peek there on the hollow site. Just ready for that tap. That pixel hunting. So that is the Twitch down. PZD being one of the heavy fraggers early on, but not coming as strong lately. Lost a little bit of momentum. Nice defense. Julio trying to hold off the stairs here. He's holding a lot from one point. Hopefully he can stick it out. Nice attempt there. Oh, and that works out anyways. Moringa comes up and gets him while he's distracted from the explosion on the floor. Takes a bit of damage himself. He's pretty low, but worth it as they have taken down at least 2 attackers now. The Glaz and the Twitch. The Glaz did get one before he died, but... it is actually looking better for the defenders here. Keedstars could actually bring this to match point. Showing very strong. But Julio downs, or kills Thai, and then we see Jiri downed. It is all on Kamikaze to Kamikaze's way in. He does get one kill to start it off, but they don't get the plant down in time, and then there's the last 2 kills. And Keedstars go from a 3-0 to a 4-3. This comeback is real. This is their map, though, to be fair. But this is nicely done. They are really bringing it back here. Moringa there with a nice angle as well. They were all holding nice angles. Julio playing his down in the connector and then rotating around for that kill as well, potentially. Now we're going to see Kitchen Trophy Room attempted again from V3. They won it the first time, lost it the second time. So this is their chance to make the adjustments from why they lost it last time. K-Stars, though, seem to have gotten nicely warmed up. We lost the first 3 rounds, but now we're at match point. Now we could take this map, but it's a best of 5. They've got to keep up this comeback if they want to move on to LAN. So this is not going to be easy for either team. Keystars definitely not throwing. If they threw, it was only the first 3 rounds because they are coming back hard and fast now. What's up, Zilchi? Bringing the hype. We got the Canadians out in force today. Or were you actually? Were you Canadian, Zilchi? I don't remember. I saw you in Canada. I guess that kind of counts. So
locate and defuse a bomb.
We'll see if they can hold this off again. Last time Yuna went pretty ham with that Glaz, and that made a big difference in how that went down. So hopefully he can pull it off again. See if PZD can be this crazy roam that they need again, but last time it just didn't do the trick. They lost that round, so he's gonna try and at least hold this for as long as he can, stop them from being able to take control of the upper floors as long as he possibly can. Looks like he's got some support here in the form of Psycho as well. They're definitely trying to keep the top floor secure, but Moringa's going to try and do something about that pretty soon. Making his way in. Ooh, nice first kill though by Mav on Kamikaze. Yeah, I agree with Zilchi that Latin America have interesting different strats, and I think different sometimes can be good. Thai, though, being different, they're taking down Intact. And that is a nice trade back and forth. They have a Thatcher and a Smoke Gun. Looks like PZD's taking quite a bit of damage as well on that roam. So it could go back and forth here. Ooh, nice attempt there by PZD, but Mav a little bit faster on it, plus a little bit more health. Oh, Mav drop in there just at the last second to stay alive. It is a 3v4 right now. Attackers at the advantage and still have a minute left. If they could start whittling these down to just 2 guys on site, they could start to collapse with 4 guys, and that would work out quite well. But K-Stars need to start getting those picks soon. They want to make that work. Yuna can still work his way inside. He hasn't actually gotten into the building just yet. And once he does, this could be good for them. But he's giving away a lot of information here. Smacking all that wood to just rotate around. He's going to try and help his team, but this is burning up a lot of time just positioning here. He's going to be very strong in this window, though, especially if Thai peeks it. Hopefully Mav will be out of the way in time. This is going to bait Mav Thai out. Nicely done. Good coordination between those two. And it is now down to 1 site defender left, who is just going to be picked off. Tally me bananas here as Psycho trying to rush back in here. Trying to guard the site. Does take down... did he take that one there? Yep. And he's got to try and find these last 3, though. But the diffuser does need to go down. It is going to get planted. And they're not going to be able to stop it as it's the other side of the wall. Psycho going to have a heck of a time pushing his way over there. Doesn't have any way to rotate around for the flank. Does going to take down... Or is going to take it one, but Yuna finishing it off. Taking this map. GG. Keystars. Amazing play. Going from a 3-0 deficit to a 5-3 win. That lost the first 3 rounds. And they said, all right, that's enough, guys. Stop the bleeding. 5 rounds in a row. Well played by Keystars. This was their map, and they showed it was their map once they got those first 3 rounds out of the way. A little bit of a rough start, but in the end, that's what matters, is just getting those plays down and making the win here. So, well done on their part. Got to give them credit for that, for sure. So, now the question is, what's the next map, and will they be able to play it any differently? But a heck of a comeback, a great start for Keystars. After a poor start from Keystars, V3 just not quite adjusting to the changes that happened on them. So, these guys talking about what an amazing match that was. Da 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 da. Yep. I think also some of that came down to they lost 2 of the first 3 rounds by losing the bar gaming room. So, it came down to trying to figure out how to defend that successfully. So, that is a big part of why they lost the first 3 rounds. So, hard to say, and they lost their first attack round as well, but started off a little bit on the wrong foot. So to catch everyone up, that was map number 1. There's 1 match today. It is Keystars versus V3. It is a best of 5, which is a little bit different than things usually are. So there will be 5 maps potentially, although depending on who wins it, it may only be 3. So anywhere from 3 to 5. So far, we have seen just Chalet. And on Chalet, Keystars won with a 5-3 after starting out 3-0 against them. So they lost the first 3 rounds defense, attack, and defense. Then they won the next 5 rounds in a row against V3, managing to win their bar gaming room, the 3rd attempt that they made. Jere? These names. Yeah, I'm not Brazilian. I don't speak Portuguese, so pronouncing some of their names is a little bit different and difficult. Jere. All right, Jere. Oh, like Jerry. Okay, I'm just gonna call Gear Jerry. How about that, everyone? That's a good compromise, Jerry. So these guys with their beautiful hair as well. Going to show some highlights. Nicely done. Playing these angles. They played that angle a lot onto that hallway. And then a nice... Poor Juna just like, no, let me live. Nope. Juna played that stairs a lot. For sure. That was definitely a big part of that. A lot of jiggle peeking and tilting movement sort of around door frames at like 45 degree or sharp angles was a big part of the play on this map for sure. We saw a lot of it. Nice tap there by Yuna. Playing a lot better Glaz than the other side. So there we go. More Yuna picks. That was a good 3K round for him. Nice kill there by Moringa as well. There's another Yuna pick there towards the end. I like the way they baited him out. Mav jumped in, which was going to bait Thigh out, and then he jumped in for a kill, and then had another easy kill as they knew he was in the kitchen there, and that hole in the wall backfired on them pretty much. So these guys looking good. I love how poofy the guy's hair on the right gets. He's just, I don't know if he does that on purpose or just rolls out of bed with hair like that, but it's looking good. These guys look, it's like hopefully you're going to see these guys in Poland, assuming I go, assuming they go. It would be cool to meet these casters as I have never met them before. And, you know, with 2 Brazilian teams there, I would imagine they might want to go there and cast in Brazil and Portuguese, so we'll see. But we are going to go to a break. So just one last time for anyone just tuning in. We are, going to a break after map number 1. You can take a quick 5-minute. This is a best of 5, so everyone needs a bit of pacing. Let's try and get their act together. LAN is going to be sometime later next month. I'm not sure if there's an official date or not for you. So we'll see. So, I'm going to go ahead and throw on the music real quick, give myself a little break as well, try and keep it hype, pace things out. So I will be right back. Just pop the music on while the timer goes till the next map here, which not sure where it'll be. Probably be either Oregon or Border, one of V3's maps, but I'm not sure how it's set up. So, and Pain Match is next week. Sorry about that. How much I can do. Quick shout out to Epibind for the cheer. Thanks for the cheer, bud. Anyone else want to throw up those bits? Nicely done. Good stuff. All right, we are back from that short intermission there. So this is this is best of 5 today. So there will not be 2 matches. There will just be one, as it would be extremely long with 2 best of 5 matches. So the next best of 5 will be next weekend. So should be interesting. Thanks everyone for tuning in, sticking around, checking this out, stepping in. Nice to have everyone here. Got these 2 guys chilling, getting hyped up for the next map. Hopefully it won't take too long to set up, as they're already ready to do so. Oregon going to be coming in. This is V3's map. And honestly, I don't know why it's best of 5. It's just the Brazilian way of doing things. So it's the way they want to. So good for them. These guys are ready to do it. Although they do the flyby a little bit before the match starts. Hopefully it won't take too long, as this is a LAN environment, to get these guys in. But you never know. Sometimes things take a bit longer than you expect in terms of getting matches started. So anyone who just tuned in, you just missed the first map of the match today, the best of 5 between the 2 teams. The playoffs here, V3 versus Keed Stars. Keed Stars starting out very weak, with 2 losses on the bar gaming room defense and 1 loss on attack. So it was 3-0. And then they came back 5 rounds in a row, finally winning their bar game room defense, and then winning a whole bunch of subsequent rounds. Put them on a nice place. So Keed Stars are up 1-0 so far. So I'll adjust my mic breathing there. Hopefully that's a little bit better. It's always hard to get the positioning just right so you can hear me clearly, but you also don't hear me breathing clearly. So it is a best of 5, and they are going to map number 2 now, which is Oregon, which was V3's pick. Keed Stars picked Chalet, and they did win that. So we'll see if V3 can do the same thing on their map. Oregon, definitely one of my favorite maps here. So we'll see if this goes back and forth, or if one team can 3-0 or 3-1. But looking good for Keed Stars to start with now that they're all warmed up. Although I don't know if they're going to lose their momentum or not by having to play so many maps. So we'll see. These guys getting ready, getting hyped up. Hopefully this will be good. Look like the guy on the left's still looking a little confident today. Usually he's a little more hyped than this. I think he's still warming up as well. Now this is going to be a long day for these guys in terms of this one match. I've already been going for an hour here, so going to be pretty interesting between these 2 teams. Little tweets coming out there. I don't speak Portuguese, so maybe you guys know what those tweets are saying. Saying something about I don't know. I don't speak Portuguese, guys. Help me out. The guy on the left is a little sleepy, and the guy on the right's looking pretty suave. Styling that hair. Always hard to keep your hair good with those headphones too. Always like messing with it. That's why the guy on the left's like, forget it, man. I'm just gonna tie it back. Let's do this. This is the Panky and Kicks of Latin America, I guess. So hopefully we'll get started here soon. Get cracking on Oregon. I do think this is a better map for V3. I think there's a good chance V3 could take this one, and then we'll be 1-1. And we'll have to see at least 2 more maps. Sounds like they're getting cracking there. That is the music, the sound of the map starting. I'm cold. No, there haven't been any other ones, but let's see here. Unfortunately, I don't have any pop-ups for it, but it does look like I got a nice $5 there from Alpha. Nicely done. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. Anyone tuning in and supporting the stream, supporting the English casting for Latin America. Big shout out to you, buddy. Thanks, Hal Alpha. far as what happened to Kicks, that was just him stopping by for fun last time. It wasn't like a planned regular thing to do every time, but he's welcome to come join in.
Seconds left before insertion.
Hopefully they'll bring those guys to land for that, for the next one. What's up, Almighty Kuro?
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and
I'm hoping to cast finals in Poland, but honestly, I am awaiting to find out from ESL on that or not. As I have casted every finals, including invitationals, except for Season 1. I would imagine so, but we'll see. Pain plays next weekend. So this is a good start here for V3 in terms of getting their droning going. There is mute jammers, though, going to make it so there's a few weak spots. So that is nice to have. Smart play here. Julio, though, set up his jammers. Now he's playing in the attic instead. Not sure if Glaz actually saw him or not. But he did get his drone shot, so he knows someone's probably there in the attic. Thigh, despite the jamming, trying to drone for his team. He's got it. There we go. Shoot that out for me so I could drone your entry. But Intact and the Valkyrie over here, Mauve waiting for that. They know that they're going to be playing over here. This is a very aggressive defense of the upstairs for a downstairs defense. And I believe the winner of this, I think, does go to Poland for the finals. This is, I believe that's what this is for here in terms of how they place. So, yeah, second chance casting first season. Good point. So they're taking a lot of time here. Now, they still have 1:45, and they have managed to get in and take a lot of these mute jammers down so they can get some more droning going. But the defenders have also had a chance to really kind of continue to reposition themselves in ambush spots as the approach happens here. So it's hard to say which way this is going to go. A little bit back and forth. There's a C4 going off on nothing as they're trying to defend this kitchen as best they can. Yes, it is still best of 5. Kamikaze trying to catch someone here. Does seem off, but it's a little late. This drone gets shot, and now that that window gets opened, he's going to try and take advantage of that. Does it pre-fired a bit. No problem, EXO. Glad I'm able to do so. Glad Ubisoft asked me to cast these in English because it is nice to have these in English for those who don't speak Portuguese. Plus, it's just fun to watch, something nice to do on a Sunday evening, afternoon, whatever time zone you're in. Intact. Trying to hold this angle. The drones here really kind of making things a pain for them. Not those mute jammers down. Intact, though, taking down one, and then Julio taking down another. That is PZD and Kamikaze down 2, the higher fraggers. That's going to be a problem for him. And then Yuna, though, trading it off onto Thigh and Jerry. That's going to work out. Oh, nicely done there. Psycho coming on strong on that glass. Finally doing some work with it that he could do last map. But he's got to find 3 more. This is not looking likely here. And they know where he's at. They know where he's pushing from. He doesn't have the diffuser. He's got to go all the way over to it. So not looking great from his position.
15 seconds remaining.
Shots come down from Intact, though, to finish the job. And that is the first round in a row. First round for Keatstars. So they're feeling good, looking strong. Won last map, started off good on this map, which is not their map, so.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bomb.
So, see how they can defend. They're going to defend Laundry as well, same bomb spot, so. Thanks for the support, everyone. I really appreciate it. Love casting this game. Love helping support the different communities. If you look at the past as well, I've also done some stuff for Asia and Australia, New Zealand, because, you know, there's a lot of cool teams, a lot of cool people all around the world for this game. And I'm glad to see a good chunk of them here watching this. I like how they're droning construction as well. I would like to see a construction push, but it seems to have fallen out of favor quite a bit. As a tower push even is just not working out as well as it used to. Not sure why, but it is definitely something I would like to see more of. It looks like Moringa, though, going to be the one to do that. See if he can catch anyone with this Twitch drone and get at least 10 damage on someone. Does see Thigh drop there. Knows that hatch is open and that they're rotating in there, but they're not covering it super well. Jerry, the closest one to him here, covering it, that L angle on the hallway. See if they can take advantage of this hole here. But that was smart of them to board that up, at least in terms of making sure that they can't run through without making some noise first. But he's going to board that up, and unless there's a hole in it, he might not hear the boards get broken. So, ooh, nice shots there. Moringa taking down one already. Now he needs his teammates to push from the other side to make this work here. He's actually just going to rotate out, take his kill, and go. He might go for another drone as well, though. See if Intact can catch Psycho here. They're pretty spread out. This is, again, a similar upstairs defense for the downstairs. Now, this is a bit different than how a lot of EU and NA defend it, but, ooh, nice shots there from PD. I like that armor angle, but he's not going to be able to finish the job. Doesn't quite have the follow-up on it, and could have gotten traded off there by Moringa, who already got his kill and rotated over. Does rotate and drop, though, and he's going to hear that, but not be able to do anything about it, unfortunately. Ooh, there we go. Nice shots there from Intact. Came around from the other side. Good pinch and distraction there. He's going to open up some of the floor to have an angle down the stairs. Moringa, though, in the meantime, takes down another one onto Kamikaze. That is his second kill of the round. Good angle there. Thigh, maybe the only one left on site here. Looks like a Psycho's going to do a run out. Does get a nice kill. Almost makes it a 2K, but whiffs too many shots due to the recoil on that MP7. Didn't control it. Now he's getting pitched down. Mav pitching him out and finishing him off. That is all down to Thigh downstairs. He has been a good last kill cam some rounds, but not always the winner. They are going to be putting a lot of pressure on him now, though. 4 still alive. Most of them near full health, if not full health. So it's not looking good. And your boy, homie, I do hope to see them included, possibly next year. It's all up to ESL and Ubisoft, budgets, all that, etc., etc. I hope to see every region involved in Pro League within the next few years. And a worldwide phenomenon here. Looks like Diffuser may get planted here soon by Julio. So the nice pinch there from Intact coming up from behind. I liked all the pinch actions happen there. Intact, always the one sneaking around from behind on that 3-speed Ash because of how little noise Ash makes. And that is nicely done. Keystars were not the favorite for me today, but I'm starting to really warm up to them despite their throw in a previous weekend, coming around for 2 rounds in a row. However, this is how it started on last map, right? With Keystars being down 3 rounds and then winning the next 5. So definitely not writing V3 off at all. We are going to see K-Stars go to a different bomb spot, though. They won the downstairs. They're going to go up to the dorms. Not sure if anyone's going to do any more unusual bomb spots this one. Might see just the typical downstairs and upstairs dorms and laundry, but hard to say. Like, we could potentially see some crazy tower or kitchen defenses. There are some interesting strats for those. Tower I'm still just not a fan of, especially with glass in the mix. So I would think it'd be more likely to see kitchen if we're going to see a third bomb spot. But hard to say. So, yeah, and they do definitely play a lot more aggressive here in Brazil to an extent. Depends on the team. I mean, there are some very aggressive NA and EU teams as well. I mean, if you've ever seen Elevate play, they can be very aggressive coming from that Xbox scene where it's a little less about these hard angles.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Well, I hope so, Exo. Thigh doing some droning, setting up his in position to start to make a push here. They want to take control of the bottom floor and the middle floor. So the maps, if that's what they're asking for, are Chalet in Oregon first, which we're seeing now, and then Border, Consulate, and Decider is Bank. Not sure the order of all of them, but we did already play Chalet. So looks like PZD, he's been the one to get in good positions. Whiffs a little bit of a shot onto the roof there. Trying to get into a good angle. It looks a little uncomfortable trying to figure out what he wants to do, but he's going to move on from there. Yeah, unfortunately Coastline did get banned first. Jerry already pushing his way into the tower. They need to take control of that tower to make things work, and then also the attic as well, because they need to be able to repel potentially on the B windows if they want to control that without getting shot in the back. So that means controlling that attic sky bridge. Now they've got a glass, so they're going to be potentially playing some long eagles, but they don't have a Blackbeard to hold on the window, which is something we've seen a lot of. Now they did bring the mute, which is always a good idea on top floor in my opinion, just because there's a lot of good choke points at the top of those stairwells and those tight hallways to try and stop droning, to stop them from knowing where you're at. Although there's not a lot of positions for you to be in, so it's really only going to matter more towards the end of the round, I would think, when there's less people and you're trying to figure out where they're going to be. Moringa trying to decide whether or not to rotate up there, whether or not it's safe, whether or not they're watching the attic window. He's watching his back. Thigh is right above him. Intact, though, taking down one, and there's the C4. Does get him in time. Moringa with a nice follow-up to Intact's kill there. That is Thigh and Kamikaze down already. Nicely done. 5 operators versus 3 here. Defenders looking very strong. Minute left. Still enough time for the attackers to make something happen, but they're down on operators, although they do take down Moringa now, so that is a decent start. Taking down the Smoke, who's going to be someone to delay. And then Psycho just coming in strong. Walks right into the kitchen. Takes a little bit of damage, but that is another kill there, and is now 3v3, evening things out. Looks like the Jaeger, though, about a half health. Maybe it's always hard to tell from the small icons. Psycho a bit low on health there. Nice attempted shots from Intact, but he is low on health, and that Glass is just going to come around and smash him if he has a chance to. Now he's going to come around from behind. Not sure. He's not watching his back. Yuna, though, in the meantime, takes down PZD, and then Psycho trades it back on Yuna. But Psycho's not watching his back from Intact that he knew was there. However, he did get a kill. It is all down on Jerry. Try and stop 2. At least Intact is low on health, but can Jerry do it? He's Thatcher. He doesn't have a lot of magic powers other than his little balls of lightning, and they are going to see right through that window for a nice easy kill there from Intact. K-Star's 3 rounds up, looking like the flip side of what we saw last map, where it was their map and they were 3 down. So, will we see a 5-round comeback here from the V3 guys? I don't know. Not likely to see that 2 in a row, but could very well see that here. So, K-Star's off to a very strong start today after a very slow start at the beginning. Starting to really wonder what's going on with V3. It's all in Psycho and Intact here, doing a lot of the work. Mav, high score, but quite a donut. My mic sounds really bad. Can you give me a little more feedback than that, Dylan? Too far away? Too much breathing? Yeah, help a brother out. So, we'll see where are we going now as far as defensive spots. Back down to the basement. Grainy? Let me see if the volume's too high. It's weird.
10 seconds to go.
Deploying razor wire.
5 seconds to insertion.
Turn it down slightly. See if that helps. Just sort of because I'm yelling. Too excited, guys. I'm so sorry. So yeah, I'll just turn it down a little bit, see if that helps on the graininess. Can't hear myself, so. Okay, cool. Thanks, Dylan, for the feedback. Always appreciate that. Luckily, I don't have a delay here, so it's a lot easier to make adjustments as needed. I'm definitely getting hyped today. I'm feeling it, Brazil. Going crazy. Hope you guys are enjoying as well. Nice, chill way to enjoy Sunday. So Moringa already trying to hold this angle. This is dangerous pushing this lobby like that. It's a big open door and lots of angles. Obviously, you can kind of see. Oh, it's too low now? Figures. You can never get it right? Unfortunately, I don't have a whole production studio here like they do in Poland, so I have to make my own adjustments. Let's see, get this back up to there. Hopefully that's a little bit better. Yeah, lost my tech staff. Could never win. Thigh pushing a little aggressively. Now we're seeing an echo, something we haven't seen yet today. Trying to stop this lobby push. I'm just going to start typing on my commentary if I can't get my mic right. Moringa pushes way up with the shock drone, but not seeing anyone just yet. But they need to clear that armory. Echo is playing that a bit close. There we go. That's better. It's standing back a little bit farther if they're going to be like pushing that aggressively and having that drone there. Needs to not be so easily shot. Twitch going to take control of this armory here. Thanks for all the feedback, everyone. Thigh still, I'm not sure what this aggression is for in terms of standing so close to the stairs. I guess he just wants to be able to follow up. He's not really doing it to stun so much as to stun and then quickly attack. So, Mav double checking those bathrooms. A little worried about what happened last time with Intact pushing from there. Did they not open that up? Looks like it blew just the hatch off. That was weird. Thigh, in the meantime, though, does take down one, thanks to his drone potentially, on Julio. So that's a good start for the Echo. He's lost about half his health, but looks like Yuna trying to come for the follow-up here. Doesn't see him in that ACOG site, or the, what was it, the red dot site, covering him up. So, that is 2 kills for Thigh, looking good on that Echo. Yes, this is Brazil Pro League. Moringa, though, taking out PZD. They are on a little bit of a roll back and forth here as 2 attackers are down and 3 attackers now.
Attackers recover the bomb diffuser.
I'm sorry, 2 defenders, 2 attackers, now 3 attackers. There we go. And then trade. Oh, and there's a nice trade there. Psycho gets taken down after taking down Moringa. It is now a 2v2, 20 seconds left, though. This is not looking good, especially with that echo right there. Oh, but he gets caught off guard by Mauve, and then Intact finishes the job. Keystars 4 rounds up now. Already at match point. They are looking very good to take this home. This is a best of 5, but they're already looking like this might be a 3-0. The way things are going for Keystars, this is looking really good. I am surprised. V3 are a very strong team. Now, keep in mind, Keystars threw some previous matches to play V3. Like, they planned for playing V3 specifically and engineered that to happen. So, this is a case where they obviously did that for a reason, and we're starting to see why. They are very strong against these guys. So, we are going back down to the basement for K-Stars. We'll see if they can defend it one more time, then they're going to take this map, and we're going to move on to map number 3 at a 2-0. Just Keystars just decimating V3 here, who have not made any adjustments, really, to make this work. So, looks like Mauve going to be setting up some defense here for the meeting hall. We're seeing them again setting up for a lot of defense of the top floor. Interesting angle there with Yuna, opening up a lot of that. He's actually going to be able to open up a little bit of angle as well to be able to shoot upstairs if he needs to from that angle. So it's a little bit strange, but
10 seconds to go.
they are definitely setting up that both the meeting hall and the dining and kitchen to be able to defend.
Attackers are moving out to locate
Next Sunday, I believe, will be the Pain versus Black Dragon, which I think will be their best of 5. So, Glass coming around. Everyone rotating around to their positions outside, getting the drone set up. They are going to drone out this meeting hall quickly while they're still setting it up. They could have actually caught that. There we go. Oh, and they missed shot. Now he gets a second chance and does it. Now that's going to throw a hole in their defense, literally. So, Ash has already taken a bit of damage. Not sure what PZD was doing, but he got picked by a little bit of a peek. Pack of peppers. So, Kamikaze trying to decide which way to go here. They do need to take control of this tower to be able to attack Meeting Hall properly. They might be able to even attack it from above if they can get Julio out of that attic, but that's what he has the jammers for. And honestly, I don't know why it's best of 5, but that's the way Brazil's doing it. Latin America does things their own way. So, poor PZD with that damage there. Looking to find anyone he can. Almost catches Bandit there, but not quite. He's going to go push a little more aggressively. Now, there's not a lot of site defense, so if they push pretty hard on the site and can pinch it from both sides, they could actually clean out the site pretty quick here. It looks like they may only have one defender down there. Yeah, just Bandit. So if they can kill Bandit, they could even go for plant. However, their diffuser is not on PZD here, so he's not going to be able to actually do that plant. So the question is, will Bandit be able to stop him? There we go. Bandit gives himself away, but he also gives his position away by having that drone there. Moringa knows that PZD is here, but PZD with the shots almost taking him down, trading back and forth. In the meantime, Psycho takes down Intact, though. The attackers with that Glass kill already start off strong, and then Moringa. Oh, there we go. Moringa. Yeah, nice peek from Moringa on PZD. And that, he took a bit of damage, but Julio takes down one as well, but gets traded back by Kamikaze. He's going back and forth, 3v3. Moringa almost dies there from that. Site is starting to fall as they're putting pressure down from the tower. And that's what I meant. They needed to take control of this tower. They're doing so. Now the defenders are going to start falling back to site, potentially. As Yuna first, and then, of course, Mauve may do so as well, but he looks like he could be pinched out a little bit in the kitchen area, trying to defend the meeting hall. There's Kamikaze getting his head taken off by Yuna with a nice long vector shot there, the super staple gun, ripping his face off. Jerry here trying to push from the other side. Diffuser gets dropped as Mauve takes down Thigh. Is all in Jerry to try to make this work. Can't quite finish off Yuna, even with the drop shot. Yuna cleaning it up. 5-0. Keystars taking map number 2 with a 5-0 after going 5-3. 5 rounds in a row. That is literally 10 rounds in a row for Keystars. Coming back from a 3-0 deficit first map. That break did nothing to slow down their momentum. This was V3's map pick. And they took him, ripped their face off on it. 5-0. Amazing. From Keystars, I am really wondering what's going through V3's head right now. Thinking, what have we got ourselves into? Beat Santos Dexterity to get these guys. Now V3 know why Keystars through before. So, wow, this is feel bad. See the guy on the left like, well, sorry V3. So this is a best of 5, but it's already 2-0 we might not even see 4 maps today. If Keatstars can take the next map, it's done for the day. This would be a very short day. I don't know what to say for V3. I expected it to go a little bit more tit for tat, a little bit more back and forth, either on the rounds or at least on the maps. But so far, it is looking very strong. Now the question is Chalet and Oregon their only 2 maps that they have good strats on, or do they have good stuff for Border, Consulate, and Bank? That is the real question, because that could be V3's chance to make a comeback here. Now, since we did play a Keatstars map and then a V3 map, I imagine this is probably going to go back to Keatstars map, so this is probably going to be Consulate next. So, having come on strong and then be playing on their map, there is a chance we could close this out with a Keatstars 3-0 today. That'd be pretty amazing. What's up, Torgo? And everyone asking why it's a best of 5. Honestly, I don't know. That's just the way Brazil wants to do it. So, that is the way they are doing it. That's why we're only going to get 1 match today. Next weekend will be another match of Black Dragons versus Pain, which should also be good. As Pain played quite well last time. There's some good highlights there. Psycho really coming on strong with the Glaz this map. Definitely playing well. Got flanked a few times, but still made a lot of kills even when he did. Nice angle there from Intact. Moringa as well, doing a lot of work. Something that PZD was doing before on that Twitch, but as you just saw there, not working out. Intact. Also with a lot of good plays on that Jaeger. He did quite a bit better with it on this map. That throw there. Boom! Well timed. Moringa just waiting for the opportunity to get someone baited in that wall. And the body goes flying as Psycho's just laying him down with that glass. Him and Intact, stars of these highlights. MVPs for sure. It's nicely done by these guys. Looking for some angles there. The pre-fire onto the dead body. Thigh with a lot of good kills on the Echo that round, actually making it work. Psycho also coming on strong. Fortunately, Psycho and Thigh weren't able to carry their team and not able to close out a single round. Yuna also doing quite well sometimes when it push came to shove. Definitely good Mira player. So this is looking really good for K-Stars. As far as the European stuff you guys are talking about, I'm definitely thinking Zizou are going to be pretty good going into LAN. Playing Ducks are just not as strong now that essentially Playing Ducks are spread out into 2 teams because members left and went over to Vitality. So rather than being one strong force, they are now divided in 2, and that means both those teams going weaker. So it is not great. I mean, I feel bad for Vitality and Playing Ducks, but that's what happens when you spread out your good players and lose that synergy. We are going to go to another short break here while they get ready for map number 3. Give everyone a chance to take a bio. Go grab a snack, grab a drink. I'm going to drink some water myself, soak my throat a little bit to get hyped for what could be the final map. So I'll throw back the music and catch you guys in about 5 minutes. I'll still be in the chat and whatnot, but I'm just going to rest the mic and kick some jams. All right, here we go. Sledging our way back to the action here. Map number 3, I think, gonna be Consulate. We got Reggie Watts over here on the hosting, talking about all kinds of exciting things between these two guys. You see Keystar smiling, happy. He's having a good time. Guy on the left, though, on V3, like not feeling as much yet. Could go either way. Definitely feeling it from those first two maps. For anyone just tuning in, we had a heck of a first two with Keystars losing the first 3 rounds on Chalet, then coming back 5 rounds in a row. Then on Oregon, 5 rounds in a row again for a 5-0. They've literally won the last 10 rounds in a row, hands down. A lot of times in a 2v1 at the end. Not even necessarily those 1v1s. Basically, V3 are just not doing what they need to be doing. They're not communicating, and it is really just not working out for them with these 1v1s and 1v2s they keep getting in. It's looking bad, feeling bad for them. So hopefully they can step it up, or this is going to be a very short day. So we are going to be going on to map number 3. As I said, I think that'll be Consulate. As far as what you guys are talking about with predictions, I see Ominous playing pretty well against Elevate. I think they will win that, and then just don't play Cafe, right? Is what it comes down to. I think I would personally like to see an Ominous versus VG finals in LAN, but hard to say what we'll see. Should be interesting nonetheless. Looking forward to LAN finals for sure. So hopefully these guys will get kicking soon here. Black Dragons against Pain should be interesting. I'm starting to favor Pain after the way they played last weekend. But that just shows you, it's hard to tell who's going to do what. I mean, Pain beat Santos, but V3 also beat Santos, but V3 also beat Pain. So it was an interesting love triangle there between those teams. Hard to say who's going to beat who. So hopefully we'll get go soon. I don't know if you guys can read those tweets, but I certainly can't. Let's see what these guys are setting up for here. Alright guys, let's get to the match. Get cracking on this. I'm definitely looking forward to Penta versus Zissou as well. I think I'm still going to favor Zissou, but I think Penta have definitely been doing better this season, and it's good to see them doing so. But you could say the same about Zizou, and Zizou have a lot more LAN experience than them. So I am thinking it will go, to them. No, I was right. Good. It will be Consulate. So this is going to be Keats map again. Not looking good for V3 unless they can really get their act together and get their communication up. Hopefully they can do so. Come on, guys, get to that. Sounds like we're going to get started here on Consulate. Get cracking and get these guys killing each other ASAP. So come on, guys, let's get to it. Though you can do it. Lethal disbanded, that's unfortunate.
Attackers need to locate
Alright, here we go.
and defuse bombs.
Camera feed up and running.
So they're going to be setting up garage first, which is a choice I personally think isn't a great one because of Glaz, which of course they have picked on the V3 side. However, with how they've been playing today, anything's possible. They could potentially defend just fine against that. So I think it's obviously looking good for them to win just off the last 10 rounds in a row. Not looking likely to see Bank today, sadly,
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
as that will be the decider map. If V3 can win this map, we will see Border at the very least. But it is unknown whether we'll see Bank or not. They're very carefully approaching the outside here. They know they need to take control of this top floor because they've shown to be a team that likes to defend from floors above as much as possible. So you will need to clear those top floors first. They will be defending at least from the main floor, if not the top floor as well. Certainly they're playing on site. That cracked open just a bit. Intact. Definitely watching his... Jerry might have caught him there, might have not. We just saw that drone coming in. Yeah, sorry, we might not see Bank. We may or may not. I don't know. Always a hard call. So, a lot of droning coming out here from these guys. They're feeling very cautious because they know there's so much play for Rome here. There's another drone down. Defender's not bringing anything too unusual. Kamikaze already taking quite a bit of damage. And there goes Psycho finally taking one down on Intact. Still playing good Glaz on this map as well. Let's see if you can catch anyone. Does see that there is definitely someone in the bathroom. You don't set up a mirror window and then not have anyone play it. So this is good. I like the way they're doing this so they can defend. They also can watch that drop if anyone drops through that. Try and take a piano. I like this setup, but so far the attackers have been at the advantage getting one down with Psycho taking down Intact. And Intact is one of their important players, so this could potentially go a little bit in their favor. However, losing the last 10 rounds in a row will definitely put you in a little bit of a tilt. Moringa trying to find someone there with those pre-fires. It might just be setting up some angles for himself, but he's definitely not hitting anyone. Thatchers are coming out to try and potentially open stuff up here. They do have both Hibana and Thermite. So my question is, why haven't they opened the garage door by now? You have a Thatcher, you have a Hibana, you have Thermite. This is honestly, just for that alone, I feel like V3 deserved to lose this. PZD already trying to work that way though, as he's lost quite a bit of health and didn't get the kill. He's pitched from both sides. Does not get the shot on him off. Puts himself into a corner here where he could get pitched from both sides. Flashbang's not necessarily going to help him out here as he is flashing way too far from them. Psycho, though, does take down another one to Yuna. Psycho could be the one to save this, but PZD not going to be the one. Moringa does take one down as Julio gets taken down. Kamikaze. But Thai is making the plant. Somehow they did open this garage door. Finally, made the plant. Now it's happening here. Maybe I just missed the garage door getting opened. K-Stars. Trying to bring this back. They're going to get Moringa back up. Luckily, they have that window there to be able to see. Unfortunately for V3, it is both ways. It is a 3v2. The attackers at the advantage right now. Mostly thanks to Glaz doing his thing. Moringa watching for this drop that isn't happening. They're really spread pretty thin in terms of what they have to watch here, and it looks like it could be in a good position. Why Jerry didn't see him at first, I don't know, but he did finally see him and then finished off the other one. V3 finally winning a round after losing 10. That's got to feel good. They're like, come on now, come on boys, we got this. Let's maybe talk to each other once in a while other than after a round. So that was nice there. All right, I'll edit the stream title, see if that helps.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by
There we go.
attackers.
Maybe that'll help people coming in. So we are going to see the garage again, looks like, from V3. Now, what are they going to do different? We see nothing really different on their defender lineup, but the attackers are bringing a fuse, and they are not bringing a thermite. So that is definitely something different as well. So we'll see if they're going to set up as much defense. They're already at least reinforcing the hatches, but it doesn't look like they're really setting up the upstairs defense like the bathroom, for example, that we saw from Keystars that worked not as great as you would hope, as they were spread a bit thin, and I think V3 actually did a lot more pinching than they usually do. So Psycho actually going to be playing a little bit of a long roam. He does have some camera power at least. Yeah, hype up with the new title from Epi. Throw your bits out. Thanks, bud. Supporting it with the Kappas. Interact going up on the roof. Gonna try and find an angle down. Piano room getting droned. They are gonna see that there's no one up here though. And that's really going to kind of make it a problem for them to defend this. If they let them clear it this fast, they probably needed at least one roamer like going around baiting it out. But they do still have, I think, one upstairs perhaps. Hard to see from this position if Valkyrie's still upstairs or not. PZD actually going to be on the roam here. Could catch Intact. He has retaken in this room, but does get spotted out.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Ooh, nice kill there by Kamikaze, and then there's a good trade back by Mav onto, looks like Psycho. Is that actually Epi? Epi Knight, are you Epi? Did you change your name?
Drone activated.
Intact. Gonna do some droning. Doesn't want to get caught out here by potentially, is that PZD over there? There he is. So PZD's gonna have to play this smart. He could get droned out. Oh, okay. It's not Epi. Oh, there we go. Intact does catch him out now. The trade's gonna come out. They both know each other are there. PZD gonna try and peek at the same time, and the peek comes in Intact's favor big time. Nicely done. Smoke there trying to delay now, but there's another kill coming down from Kamikaze onto Yuna. It is now a 2v3, 45 seconds left. The Fuse cluster charges are going to scramble the defense here on these last two defenders. They just got to time this right to try and make this push here. He's going to open up that door, give away his position, and there we go, ducking down just behind the desk, just in time. That is Kamikaze getting another kill. Julio with the team kill onto Mav. That is not going to help your attack here. Fuse going to have to find two now. Went from a 3v2 to a 1v2, and there is Jerry. V3 winning their second round now. They are starting to step it up quite a bit. Trying to show that despite this being Keeds map, they are going to put up an actual fight this time instead of it being like a 5-0 on Oregon. Nice job, Jerry. Good kill there. Good use of that mirror window. So, 2-0 now from V3. Starting strong. Mav and Moringa the only one even getting kills except for Intact, who has just not been making the impact that he had previously. Looking good for V3 to maybe at least take this a little bit further to map number 4. We are going to see another defense just like before. They're going to set up for defending upstairs above the bomb spot of the garage. So Not sure why they like doing this so much. It didn't work last time, but we saw them fail at defending Bar Game Room 2 times in a row before they succeeded on their 5-round steamroll. So at this point, I don't mind seeing them try it multiple times, as they have proven that they can make that work as long as they can get their attack rounds working as well. So if anyone unclear as to why it's a 2-0, this is best of 5. I changed the stream title. Hopefully that will help people figure it out. Brazil doing a little bit differently than the EUNA. They are going to be playing a best of 5 today. So far it's 2-0 in Key's favor. So if they win the next or win this map rather, then it will be over. This is the only match for today. So maybe it will get extended, maybe it won't. Hard to say what will happen here because Keyed are not doing quite as well this time. Next weekend will be the other best of 5, which is Pain versus Black Dragons, which should also be good.
Drone is activated.
See, K-Star is still playing it pretty spread out. They got their, looks like maybe 3 down on site this time, 2 roamers. We start to see I don't control the cameras. This is just a feed from Brazil that only has game sound, no Portuguese. So I can't control anything, but I do love watching, and I hope you guys enjoy watching as well in English here. I like this defensive setup. I just wish it would work better. He doesn't have any way to cover his back, though, and if they get enough pressure on him, they can pretty well pinch him out of that bathroom, which I think did happen last time. So Kamikaze being a little cautious about pushing down here. Going to be the one to potentially put pressure on him in the bathroom. And that's the last thing you want, right, is pressure in bathroom. So Mav
Camera feed up and running.
still playing close to sight, but you're actually going to play a little farther back and set up a camera so you can play this archives. But this drone is going to catch him out from Psycho. Now it's going to hurt whatever he was trying to do. He's going to have to rotate to a little bit of a better position. To be not so predictable, doesn't want to get pre-fired, obviously. Still using that camera he set up, though. He wants to be able to try and come for some kind of flank from either side. But no one's pushing down there just yet, although they are starting to open up hatches from the sounds of it. Oh, and the shots start coming down. Glass pushes a little too aggressively into the yellow stairs. Gets taken down by Moringa, who was quick on that with the MP7. Now the garage door does come open. But again, still pretty late into the round. There was 2 minutes in which you could have opened that garage. Unnecessary to wait that late, but Thigh getting a nice kill on a Moringa. Took a little bit of damage himself, but getting the kill is what matters, and that is less coverage on the white van, which is exactly what they need. Nice shot. Pre-fire's coming down. Oh, Uno's getting killed. Julio, though, taking down Kamikaze. Attackers falling left and right. Thigh still pretty low on health himself. Oh, and there's the nice finish there by Yuna. Can't quite completely kill him, but I don't think he's going to get picked back up. We'll see. He's got to crawl away. There we go. Managing to get behind a Thigh. Just barely getting saved by Jerry here. Trying to find someone. Oh, and there's the nice pre-fire through the wall, trying to catch someone behind that mirror window. But he does come in with the diffuser. Here comes the plant. Can Thigh cover him long enough? Here's Yuna. There's the pitch coming from both sides. There's no way he's surviving that. But at least he gets traded by Thigh. However, he's not going to have enough time left to do anything. And K-Star's going to take him down intact, making an impact for the win. And that is the first round for Keyed Stars against 2 rounds from V3. So the adaptations, however you want to say it, have been made by K-Stars in terms of defending it. But again, waiting 2 minutes to open the garage door, why? Just, you have a Glaz pushing in on yellow stairs without it being secured from the front of the garage. I don't know. I'm not seeing the coordination on V3's attack there. They managed to do it the first time, but I feel like that was a little more lucky picks. They're just not, I don't know, not feeling it. But V3 are still point up. They are going to be upstairs now, so it'll be a little bit different. Hopefully that will be another win for them, because I'd like to see V3 not get locked out of this. They are going to bring a pulse this time, something a little bit different. Now there's a fuse being brought from Keyed Stars. So the question is, are they bringing that fuse thinking it's going to be the basement again? Which V3-1 so obviously can't play again. They're thinking it's going to be some other site, because fuse is not extremely useful on the site. Still has some uses, don't get me wrong. But I like to see how they're going to use it. Unfortunately, I don't control the spectator, so hopefully it shows exactly what fuse is up to. As whenever there's an unusual operator, you want to see why they're being brought, right? You want to see what they're going to be used for. So you have some idea how this is going to be played. But they are bringing a Habana and no Thermite. But they're bringing a Thatcher as well, so they definitely want to be able to open up some stuff. They could potentially even use it, for example, to open up more angles from the skylight into the closet of the main office there. Yuna looks like a medieval peasant. He's definitely got some scraggly facial hair. Jaeger on this roam here. PZD has been a big roam for them. Oh, and they pulsed this right into the gunfire. He didn't expect them to be there, and he saw their heartbeat right as his was ended forever. The mob taking down 2. Nicely done. That is both Pulse and Valkyrie down. So that's a good start for K-Stars here to bring this back. PZD just barely with the angle there. Super tight. Does take down Mav for a trade, but Mav had already gotten 2, so that is a 2 for 2. Potentially here. Oh, no, 1 for 2, I guess. So. Ooh, intact though. Does get dropped down, but not finished off. There we go. Yuna finishes off Jerry. Actually, his thigh finishes off Yuna. It's a nice trade back and forth. Now it is 3 defenders down to 2 attackers, so it is a 3v2 in attacker's favor. Although Ash is down, so I guess it's technically a 2v2 or a 2.5v2, however you want to put it. But they do need to get Ash back up, who's just leaving a little slug trail of blood all the way around, following it so he can get all the way home. Habana going to try and cover that, I guess, but they're going to need to get down there, and he's just going closer to sight at this point. PZD with a nice roam here. He's just got to time this well and coming out. Will he do so? No, he doesn't, but at least he can get back inside. Not going to be a big deal. Thigh waiting for it. Gear, or Jerry does finish off intact. That is that Ash getting taken down. It is a 2v2 for realsies now. C4 doesn't quite finish off Moringa, who is pretty low on health at this point. Flashing red. He's going to be, they're both crawling aroround trying to catch each other. Flashbangs start coming out. He doesn't have any left, and he's going to try and pre-fire, hoping to catch through there. But here's this fuse start doing his thing through the connector. So that is at least going to be one use of that. But 30 seconds left. They've got to start making this push here. It is a 2v2, but as I say that, PZD falls down. Now a 2v1, essentially. If it's too bad they can't use a cluster charge right here. All it's going to do is put pressure. But Moringa gets taken down, making this now 1v1. Thigh versus Julio. But Julio's getting the plant down. Thigh just needs to time this right. Needs to know that this is happening. But if he gets Julio on the stand-up, doesn't. He does actually see, though, through this mirror window. So is he going to get him? Is he not? He has the ability to shoot through the wall here on the strafe. And that is going to do quite a... Oh, I thought quite a bit of damage, but maybe not. I almost want to see PZD just crawl into the room to give some intel for his team. But Julio's going to get taken out pretty easily here. And if Thigh has enough time to go up and just whack that diffuser all day long. And that is another round for V3. Still now a point up. I think that is now a 3-2. Check the score in a second here. But yeah, that fuse didn't quite do anything for them. Or 3-1. Okay, there we go. So V3 taking Keystars on their map so far. We'll see how this turns out, but it's still looking V3 favored. Now we are going to see the upstairs from K-Stars as they successfully defended the basement. No one going to try the main lobby or anything like that, so still going to see the same 2 site.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Let's just see if they're going to set this up any different. Now they are bringing in a Doc, which is different. I never am really a big fan of Doc, even with the overheal. I don't feel like he does a whole lot for it, but always hard to say how he's going to be used. But he's just a very situational operator in that he can't always be useful. You know, he's going to be a 3 armor, but his actual ability isn't necessarily. I prefer, or I think it's better to pick operators where you're guaranteed to use their ability. Like Jaeger, you're not 100% guaranteed, but it's like you can pretty much predict where his ADSs are going to be viable. Smoke, almost always useful unless you play him on a roam and he gets killed too early. And Valkyrie, almost always useful. Those cameras going to work. And Mira as well, almost always useful now. So it's like, I don't know, Doc seems like a bad pick. Rook, always useful, right? Because you're going to get into gunfights. So unless it's 100% headshots, it's still going to be useful. So just, I don't know. We'll see what Mav could do with it, though. This could be a K-Stars round. Mav could go ham for all I know. Let's see. Nice early kill there for PZD on Julio. As I said about the smoke, he's not going to be useful now. With smoke, you really should be playing careful because your utility is for late round. Using it early round does you no good, but there's a nice trade back by Intact onto PZD, and that is their Ash down. Not one that is super utility heavy, but definitely a good gunfighter, and getting that down early is going to suck, but he did at least get one kill first. He's not going to see the other players over there, so it's not working great. Yes, you do need to win 3 maps in the best of 5. Kamikaze going to start doing a shock drone thing up here, as Moringa is also checking his cams. He's playing up this pretty high on this. This is the kind of old meta. Blackbeard loses his shield. Jerry losing one, but not taking any damage, so that shield saving his life. Had there been no shield, of course, he would have been dead. So that is useful. There we go. Nice. I like that pixel angle onto Jerry because he doesn't seem prepared for it. He doesn't know how to counter it. And it is costing him a lot of shields here. He's looking too low as well, so this angle really working out. But can Moringa finish it? He does have a C4, so he could go for a nice C4 kill if he times it right, but that's going to give away his position just a little bit. No one there to hear it, though. There are people running around on site. It is right now a 4v3. Defenders at the advantage. Only a minute left for the attackers. So it is looking like this could go in the favor of K-Stars for their second round if V3 can't pick it up a little bit. I like how he re-barricaded that. Got to make it a little more noisy for them to do anything. He might have opened that himself for the peek.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Ooh, there's another kill there from V3. Jerry taking down Intact. But now he's got to reopen this. He's going to try and make his way into admin here, potentially. Or into the admin office. But he could get countered very easily here. And Mav just not ready for it just yet. Ooh, cost him a lot of health. He's at like 1 health at this point. But hey, Doc getting used after all to heal himself. Really should have had that pick earlier, but Yuna picks down 1, and then Thai takes Yuna down for the trade. So it is now 1v1 Doc versus Habana. Who will win? It is Doc. So, I don't want to take back everything I said about Mav, but he did win it, so I will give him a point on the board. I don't think he needed to be Doc to win that, but hey, he won the round, so what can you do? I mean, I think he would have won that technically anyways because he didn't take any more damage, so regardless, nicely done. K-Stars bringing it up another point to 3-2 now. Still close. V3 going to be defending the garage cafeteria again. And this is where K-Stars just need to open it up quick, get pressure down, throw down the fuse.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Reload.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So we'll see if Fuse is going to get to do his thing. He definitely brought it to attack the basement this time. But obviously didn't work as well attacking that top floor, so. Intact, still trying to figure out his positioning here. Just getting a little antsy. These Brazilians really, they all have ants in their pants in terms of movement. Can't sit still. Mav looking for any kind of response to him opening up that door. No one trying to peek it or anything. Good use of the drone there. You definitely want to check for any kind of response when you make a lot of noise, especially if you have a drone in a good position to do so. So you can kind of clear yourself for entry. Jerry playing down on site with that smoke. We haven't seen necessarily a ton of smoke being defensively used as he's getting picked off a little early, playing a little too aggressive sometimes, so he's not able to stop any kind of push in the garage. Wish I could see if they've opened up the garage yet, because really the first minute you should be able to open up the garage, as I've kind of harped on a little bit, just because I think it's so important. But Intact taking down PZD, nice start for him, clearing out this top floor, trying to stop this roam. And there goes another one onto Mav. V3 trading it back a little bit. That is their Jaeger down. And the sledge down. So, nice opening up piano here. They didn't bring the sledge down because he died too early. to start opening up that floor. No buck really from these guys, but that's the batteries going down, and that's all they need to do to start opening up the wall. So hopefully they're going to open up that garage door, and hopefully that's the sound we heard. So now the attack can start coming down, but only a minute and a half left. Going to have to start doing a bit more here. However, at least they should have went for one, but as I say that, of course, Caster's Curse. Psycho takes that one, but Yuna and Intact trade it back pretty quickly, and it is now, as Intact kills Psycho, a 1v3. Defenders losing pretty handily here to the K-Stars. Could be a 3-3 soon. There's the fuse cluster charges going off. No kills coming from those just yet, but it is always fun to hear. There's a nice kill there from Yuna, though. Yuna doing a lot of work that round. K-Stars bringing it back. 3-3 here. This is their map. If they could take the next 2 rounds in a row, they go home winners today, and they go to Poland. So, can they do it, or are they going to have to fight their way into border if they let V3 get ahead on this? Now, this is also close to overtime, potentially. So, if either way, basically, if the next 2 rounds are trades, we will go to overtime, because the next round 1 makes a match point. So we'll see if anyone can win 2 rounds in a row. They take this on this map. We're going to go back down to the garage, of course.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
It's their preferred bomb spot. Look at the work coming out from Mav and Thai. Thai was someone that was a bit more of a clutch site defender in the previous maps. Really doing a lot of work this time. Kamikaze as well, doing pretty good. PZD, the only one who's surprisingly not doing a ton. We'd seen some great work from him on Twitch before, but just not seeing it on this particular map. Just might not support his flow. Yeah, V3 do need to step it up so we can see at least border, if not bank. So I believe it is 2 Brazilian teams going. I'm not 100% sure on who all is going, because like it does get up in the air, does get changed. But I believe at least 2 Brazilian teams will be going. So this is a best of 5, Ashur.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
See if K-Stars are going to be playing the similar defense they have been playing, where they play a lot in the middle, in that bathroom. Hard to say, I don't control the camera, but I would like to see if that bathroom defense is set up the same way. It's got to be predictable by now, though. I do like Moringa playing up at the top. I do think it is good to have one up top, especially if he has ways to rotate back down. You open up the hatch, like where Moringa's at potentially, like you get a hatch up there open, then you drop down if you need to. But you got to be careful. If they've taken control of the middle floor, you could drop right down into shots from them. So you need to play it a little aggressive early and then fall back, or just play a long roam and move around a lot, baiting them into different sections of the map and trying to be careful of a pinch. But that's down to map flow. You really got to know where you can move to. Unfortunately, Pain is not till next weekend, and there's some Pain there on Intact as Kamikaze takes him down, and that is that roam. And there's a second roam down onto Mav, so that is the Doc. There's your useless Doc, right? Not healing anyone now from the dead, as Kamikaze takes down a third. So Mav's going to have to go to Pet Cemetery if he wants to heal anyone at this point, as there is just 2 defenders left already and only a minute into the round. This is looking really good for V3 to step it up and take this to match point. We got 1 on site and 1 just hanging out in the bathroom, but he does have a drop, so I like that idea that he can drop back to site. I didn't think about that before, but that is a smart idea, and that he can hold that site fairly strongly from up here, drop back to site as needed, and he's also guarding that hatch from being used by the attackers themselves, potentially. So that is smart. But Doc has barbed wire. So does Bandit and Jaeger. Julio holding a nice angle there.
Enemy located. Garage.
Now I realized, now that I say Bandit, I realized they couldn't battery the door as Psycho takes down Yuna. So I imagine they must have opened the garage door by now if there's no Bandit, there we go, dropping down the wrong hatch right into their fire. Nicely done. V3 taking their 4th round win. So it is 4-3. Looking good for those guys. We could potentially see border here. Starting to look like it. Yeah, normally they don't respond to chat on there because it is a bigger, more professional production. This is a less professional production, so I try to make it entertaining to make up for the fact that we don't have a whole production crew, 2 casters, desk, all that fancy schmancy stuff over in Poland. Try to make it interesting for you guys to tune in at least. Helby calling the strats, the armchair quarterback over here. Now, as I say that, he's been in a lot higher status league and play than me. Definitely a better player than I am. But we'll see. Jerry reinforcing the garage door. They do have a bandit at least on their side, so they can try to make this a little harder to open. Fuse coming out again from K-Stars. We'll see if that works out. If V3 win this, we definitely go to border. If K-Stars win this, we go to overtime instead, and then we don't necessarily know where we're going from there, because whoever wins 2 rounds after that will take the win.
To locate a bomb and defuse it.
Let's see. Mav looking for those cameras. Knows there's a Valkyrie. There almost always is, because, well, it's too dang useful not to bring. Still looking for it. He's hoping they start looking through it, because that'll light it up blue. He's like, forget it. Trim the trees instead. Psycho is holding his position in admin office. They are also playing a very spread out roam here, trying to stop them from getting any progress on the map. But I don't know if they're really getting the fallbacks to sight that they need to be able to hold these roams. They're starting to fall pretty quickly. The drones are actually working. Pinches are happening. There goes the garage doors opening, despite the bandit. Oh, and there's the first kill there. Psycho taken down intact. And there's the Ash down. Nice roam there by Psycho on that Valkyrie.
A bomb has been located.
Looks like Kamikaze going to be forced to rotate back to site and open up some of their wooden barricades. He is trying to defend it now that they can put pressure on it from having that garage door open. Garage door open on this map, similar to the one on Snowmobile and Chalet, is one of those ones that you don't even have to necessarily go into. Oh, there we go. Just opening up matters. But Thai with a nice kill onto Julio with that C4. And then there we go. The almost trade as PZD takes that one, and then Mav just whips out to kill Psycho and PZD traded back and forth. But they are still down one attacker less. And Kamikaze going to be the one to be evening that out by getting killed, making it now a 2v2. 51 seconds left, though. Still plenty of time. See if they can get this down here. See if they can manage to get down there. There's a lot of smoke delaying him there. Jerry with one kill on Yuna. And there's the trade back of the Jerry. But the diffuser doesn't get planted. V3 take the map. We are going to see border. Nicely done with that push there at the end. Not, or just getting stalled out by that smoke. Well done. Now, I imagine we're going to get another break so they can recompose themselves, as they are not completely out of it yet. It's a 2-1. This is a best of 5. So. So, we are going to go to another break here, I imagine. See what's going on here. They're talking about that map and how that went. Surprisingly, I have to say though, that was a lot closer. It started out very strongly in V3's favor. Keystars brought it back, and then it went kind of tit for tat towards the end. So that could have gone either way. I think it worked out in the end though. V3 finally taking a map that wasn't even their own map, so that is going to be a chance for them to make a comeback here. But border is V3's map, so we may see a 2-2, and then all 5 maps we may see bank after all. But, you know, they did just win the other team's map, so we have seen that twice now. So, R6 Pro League BR. There you go, tweet it out, right? Hashtags. So should be interesting to see. Let's see. Trying to think of who's likely to win border at this point. I mean, I feel like the way Consulate was just played, V3 have a chance to win border. First off, it's their map, and second off, Consulate and border have a lot in common. But I don't know. It's a lot more downstairs play on this one, and a lot more upstairs play on border. So I guess the question is who could better play off that. I mean, there's still upstairs play here, obviously, in this particular bomb slot, you can see. Nice plays here. There's K-Stars. Mav taking a lot of damage to do that, though. Just wasn't prepared for the jump in as well as he should be, but did manage to win that round with this right here. Nice kill on Habana. Wasn't ready for it. It pre-fires a bit, but that's all that matters. Like that gun sticking out. Nice angle there by Kamikaze. There's another good play by him. No coming down my hatch, buddy. But he was a little desperate at that point. Just sitting there holding that angle, waiting. Sees his buddy die. Whips around, gets a second one. And then ends up getting him on the stairs as well. It was a nice 3K within a short span there of 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Nicely done. So we will be getting ready for border. I do think it might go a bit tit for tat like we just saw. I think there's a good chance V3 could win it, but it also could go over to Keita. If it does go over to Keita, we won't see Bank. So whoever wins border will definitely decide whether or not we see Bank at this point, as V3 have only one map. So let's see here. We're going to go back to that break. I'm going to take a quick break as well. Rest up, throw on the music for 5 minutes, and see you guys soon. All right, back here. Took a little bit of a break there. So yeah, those of you missed, K-Stars did a kind of threw things on a previous match where they just kind of did dumb stuff like running out and whatnot. So that was interesting. Not throwing it today though, which is good because I would hate to see that again. It was funny the first time, I guess, but it does feel bad for the other teams who had to kind of suffer from that. So we'll see how this next one goes on Border, which I imagine is the next map. As it said, Bank was the decider. So hopefully we'll be getting on that soon. Can't tell from the background sound if they're going to be doing that or not just yet. But for anyone just tuning in, this is best of 5 so far. K-Stars won the first 2 maps. V3 won the third map. So that was Chalet going to K-Stars, Oregon going to K-Stars, and then Consulate going to V3. But it was close. So hopefully this will get started soon here. Yeah, that throw was pretty bad from K-Stars that one time. So, waiting for these guys to get this rolling here. Just talking about stuff while they get everyone in the lobby. Hopefully there was no problems after the last match. Sounds like people joining the lobby here. I'll see if we get in soon here. These guys tweeting out. Look at that guy laughing. Having a good time. Something about pain, I guess. Maybe ask him when pain is. Yeah, the guy left kicks in 10 years. This is definitely kicks and panky, right? So, see if these guys gonna get something cracking. I don't even know what to talk about at this point as we just wait for this game. It's just been very keyed-sided, except for some of those matches, or some of those rounds on console that went to V3 to eventually lead to the victory. Yeah, border map that's been seeing a lot of play this season. It's definitely really coming to its own. Something that kind of is in a little bit in Season 3, but really has been a strong map for this season, especially. I think Mira being a big part of that. Of course, you see the Mira, for example, in the small office facing towards the A wall upstairs. Mira has definitely changed the viability of certain bomb sites, certain maps, so that's definitely made a big difference. I'm curious to see how Canal would be played in the current meta, but that was exchanged out for Coastline, which makes sense because Canal was the least voted for map, and like, you know, trying to ask what people wanted, and we needed to do something to put in Coastline. So see if these guys are ready. It sounds like they're pretty close there. Yeah, I gotta give it to Bloodbath for commentating that VG match by himself. That was nicely done. He didn't need to do it by himself, but he did a good job. So nicely done on his part. That was a heck of a match too. Although I gotta say, one downside is that was basically watching Glaz versus 5 every time. It was very much a Glaz heavy match. Still enjoyed it, but I would like to see Glaz, you know, nerfed a little bit. So the current score is 2-1. Hell Alpha. It is Consulate was 1-6-4 by or no, I'm sorry, 5-3 by V3. So I'm not surprised though that VG beat Elevate. I do think Vertical Gaming's a better team, and Elevate definitely depend on certain maps to do well, in my opinion. You saw, for example, they can win at Cafe, because Cafe is a map where they can play the roam that Skies and Laxing play, and they can play it well and be a threat on it, because it's hard to clear that map and keep it cleared. So it's just a situation where they're able to do their thing and they don't play with really strats for the most part. So they were able to get away with that on Continuum when they finally had Laxing back. But then you saw what happened to them by Continuum on Oregon. They got wrecked pretty hard. I think it was a 5-0. Now, obviously, they did win the next map, but that was, you know, they wouldn't have won in the end, I don't think, had they played on Cafe. So, Vertical Gaming, obviously not wanting to make the same mistake, managed to win just fine. So, was definitely still all about Glaz, though, either way. And they have some good Glaz play as well, so. I do think they're a great team, though, don't get me wrong. I do think Elevate's really good, but I don't think not relying on strats at all is a good plan. And ultimately, it does come down to which maps you play than whether or not you win them, because certain maps favor more planning than others. And so that definitely makes a big difference. So hopefully these guys are getting set up soon. Not sure what's taking so long to set up, because they already did the flyby. They already know what map it is. Everyone's already there. We're not changing teams. Hopefully they'll get cracking here soon. Maybe they're talking about leaving to go get some food now. Having a good time joking. We're going to go get some pizza, guys. So, yeah, it does explain why Elevate play ranked so much, because they are not necessarily a strat team. but they are very good at the gunfight. So anyone just tuning in, it is 2-1. It is a best of 5. The Keyed Stars guys have won 2 maps, and V3 just won the 3rd map, which was Consulate. So it's not in V3's favor at the moment, unfortunately for them. But there is momentum now for them. They could potentially take this back, win Border. I do think Border is not only a map they picked, but I do think it favors a little bit more the way they play. But hard to say. Both these teams, I imagine we're going to see some good roam play, although there isn't 3 floors on Border the way there is on Consulate. So you can't spread out quite as much. Viable sites and Coastline, I think there's 2 top floor ones that are decent, and then 1 bottom floor one, the kitchen one, that can be decent. But it is, I don't know, it's hard to say. Coastline still doesn't have a super strong meta at the moment. So I'm not quite sure. You know, we saw it in Challenger League a little bit, and we saw it in Brazil Pro League once, but I don't think it's really fleshed out just yet. I'm really interested to see what operators we get the next DLC release, which I imagine will probably be sometime after finals, just based off the pattern that's been so far, and see whether or not those shake up viable bomb sites on other maps the way Mira has, maybe even make Coastline a highly playable map. So you never know. I mean, again, operators really change things up. Some of the operators are more must-picks than others. Jackal, for example, not changing anything really. Caviera, not changing anything really. Although those are, interestingly, kind of counters to each other to an extent. So that's kind of funny. Mira, however, changing things up pretty drastically. Echo not making a huge difference, but Habana definitely. So it's like, it seems like there tends to be one operator every time that changes things up. Blackbeard and Valkyrie, the first DLC, was probably the one that has the 2 operators picked the most. Because Valkyrie is mostly a must-pick, and Blackbeard, not nearly the must-pick he was, but he definitely was previously the way Glaz is now. So, yeah, I don't know why this is taking so long, but it sounds like they're about to get cracking here. No problem, Ziggy. All right, cool. There we go. Finally on board here. Of course, going to start upstairs. No big surprise there. We're going to have the Valkyrie that I mentioned, of course, there. And then going to have Glaz. No surprise. No Blackbeard, though. There's Intact and Kamikaze down there. So we'll see how they set up this top floor. I imagine they're going to do at least a mirror on the small office wall. The question is, where will they use the second one, if they do? And they may use it to face into the offices, as we've seen a lot of teams do. But they also could use it to face into the smaller office, the archives room, instead. 3-3 looks sad. Oh, they can do this. They can do this. I feel like we could see this go to bank.
10 seconds remaining.
Interestingly, they are setting up a lot of defense here from the outside for security room. Now these holes could easily backfire on them, especially with Glaz in the mix. You got to keep in mind, yes, you can shoot through those, but if Glaz walks in, he has the advantage in terms of he can see you a little bit easier than you can see him. So we'll see if Jerry's plan here works out. He is ready for a jump out as well, and he has the door open. So the question is Yuna going to be able to do anything about it? Are they going to Ash rush the security? That security room is definitely a pivotal part of this attack if you're going for the A side. If you're going for the B side, the offices, things like that, it's not as much, but now I'm trying to take control of this downstairs here. No, I don't think K-Stars are throwing today, thankfully. What they're doing is throwing a curveball at V3 by actually winning the first 2 maps. There's a lot of people down here, surprisingly, underneath. And we've seen this before, sometimes for the C4, you have the Valkyrie down here to actually C4 the diffuser when they try and plant it, but those drones catching him out here is going to make it hard as Intact's rotating around to try and take it. You got Intact and Mauve down here to try and take out those roamers. They're going to put pressure on now. Pain plays next week. Shots coming out from Psycho trying to stop this. Well, you can see Intact couldn't quite see him. But I like that they're pinching it. They're not even bothering with security just yet. Looks like Psycho's rotated all the way back to site. Almost gets caught off guard by Moringa there. Ooh, he is in position to catch the shock drone. Who gets stuck right in the frame. Feels bad for Moringa. Now Moringa instead going to rotate around. Make a different push here. Opening up a lot of that to be able to throw a C4 over if he needs to. It looks like Jerry's still playing in security. PZD trying to guard this hallway here. A little bit risky, but he could catch Intact here down those stairs, but he gets droned out instead, so that is hopefully going to mean Intact doesn't expose himself too much. They have taken control down here now, so that roam did not actually work out. They might taking a peek there at that mirror window, trying to see if it's safe, but he has taken quite a bit of damage. Ash has taken care of the batteries, it looks like, from the bottom. But they do have some of that wall open. Trying to use that mirror window on that wall instead, so that's where probably the second one went. Sledge taking quite a bit of damage, rotates down, but Jerry does take down Moringa, who probably tried to push in security office here. Looks like Yuna's going to be the one to try and finish that off. Another smoke coming out. That could help there. Doesn't matter, though. Thai's the one to actually get the kill. And it is looking bad for K-Stars. They are down to 2 people left. One bleeding out. The other one almost dead already. And 5 up still from V3. Easy knife kill there. It is all down to 1 Sledge in a Dream with like 3 health against 5. It's not going to happen. Even if he'd killed Thai there was no way he was going to clutch that. And that was definitely an easy win for them. V3 starting strong on their map. Definitely have the strat. Now we'll see if K-Stars have a better strat. K-Stars don't look too shaken, though. I think they can still bring this back pretty easily. I just saw we got a nice bit of support there from CRL208. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate, really big time. Makes a huge difference. Thank you very much.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Everyone give a shout out to CRL208 for the help.
Loading new magazine. Razorwire going up.
Julio setting up his defense. This is another smoke setting up defense for the security room, although he has just set up his barbed wire and backed out, so maybe he's not actually going to be playing in there.
Attackers have discovered the location of the bomb. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Julio, nope, is going to be going back here to help set up defense there. Now, something you see, some usefulness of that by being able to throw smoke. Like setting up the defensive security, though, opening up a ton of that wall. See if that pays out. Now, that's going to be trying to help prevent them from being able to open up that A wall. But, of course, that assumes that you can keep control of that security office and that won't backfire on you. This Pain does play next week, and there will be, I assume, a best of 5 as well. Ooh, if only he'd known, he could have just shot out that. PZD, though, taken down 1 already onto Intact. And that is the Jaeger down. Not going to be roaming now. So they are still trying to defend as best they can. Trying to stop that Glaz. They're not bringing a Blackbeard on the AC. That is the usual Blackbeard spot. Glaz also good to play on there. He's very useful right there, though, because you can see that wall he's looking at right there can open up a nice angle through it by shooting up the wall if they don't reinforce it, and then see people a bit more in the site, in both sites, really. And that is very useful to do so if you can live through it, if you can make sure that you don't get peeked by whoever's actually in that room in the archives. Now, they see that mirror window over there to guard in the offices. They're definitely trying to hold this office from being attacked, as this is now the common way to attack the B site. There used to be the Montaigne push on the doorway, but not so much anymore. C4 throw, and that does catch Kamikaze. Nice. That's the second time Yuna has had a nice C4 throw that catches someone. He's a good mirror player here, and he doesn't catch PZD though. Managed to sneak his way in. He's gonna make a lot of noise. You hear another C4. Catches him! 2 C4 kills already. Moringa with a nice follow-up C4. Another good one from him as well. So these C4s really paying off here for this team. Taking down 2 attackers with that. And there's another kill on the attackers. V3 taking down Mav. Here, another C4 here. It is all down to 2. Or I'm sorry, that was on the defender dying. It is a 2v3 though. V3 looking good. There's Thigh getting shot up pretty good as he tries to plant that diffuser and finished off. Yeah, nice C4 him out there. Moringa taking down 1. It is all down to Jerry and Psycho to try and make this move. Running through the smoke. Their coffers, or their smoker's cough. Psycho with a nice kill through. And he's going to have to try and find another, but he gets killed. And there we go. Jerry gets off the diffuser just in time to win that. Very close. Had that timing been slightly earlier, he would have got killed mid plant. So sticking it paid off there. Nicely done, Jerry. And I'm done. Okay, time to kill. Quick ADS drop shot. And that is now 2 on the board for V3. They are looking good to take this map. And then we may see Bank after all. So, not quite sure, but definitely looking good for that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So that was a good round for them. Those C4s definitely decimated them a bit, but they just couldn't win the gunfights against V3.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Enjoy the
So they're setting up their defenses up here. Since they didn't successfully defend it before, or no, I'm sorry,
5 seconds to go.
I think.
Attackers are moving to defuse a
Feed
bomb.
up and running.
Defender is approaching.
They are downstairs now. It's hard to tell from the spectator view sometimes. So yeah, actually, they're defending ventilation room workshop since they successfully defended the top floor. It's a little mixed up when I'm not controlling anything here. Yeah, this best of 5 is definitely crazy. Luckily, those little 5-minute breaks between, because it is a long session, and we don't have any kind of halftime intermission like I thought we would, just 5-minute breaks between each map. So it is definitely a bit of a stamina contest for these two teams. Pain is going to go through the same thing as well next week, but hey, no pain, no gain. Hopefully they can win, or at least put up a good fight against Black Dragons. I want to see what this Fuse is going to do in terms of getting down onto the site. If he can take control of that top floor, I personally still think it's better to attack the bottom floor, but they are getting set up to attack this here, and that is going to take out those batteries potentially. There we go. Oh, that's nice shot on the mirror window there. Good angle there by Intact. Knows what he's doing. He's waiting for anyone else to kind of come over there and take out Kamikaze. So they can open up that A wall now. That's probably more than the third one at B. I don't know. I enjoy that. PZD trying to peek out. Not quite finding anyone, though. He is playing this aggressively. Does find Intact for a second there, but he's going to have to back off now. Could he sneak around from behind him? Nicely done. Good flank, but you got to aim with your gun, buddy. PZD whiffing, potentially costing himself his life. But nope, he follows up with Kamikaze. Good kill there. I liked what he was trying to do. There's Yuna taking down Thigh. So that is a good trade, but looks like Yuna takes a little bit of damage, but they manage to take control of the top floor now. Now is when the Fuse could come in, do his thing, but he might want to wait till they're ready to push downstairs. So you want to kind of scatter people out, or at least get some angles maybe downstairs, some hatches, but they haven't cleared everyone out up here yet. They just took control of the room above. So they do want to get those out, but the Fuse charges are going to start coming down. PZD takes down Yuna. That is that thermite down from behind. Now they got to watch their back, and that's the problem, I guess, with leaving that top floor completely uncontrolled. PZD hiding in a nice spot now where he is not looking. Could give him the chance to save this for his team. Julio and whoever is on Twitch here. The last two left alive. But he doesn't know where they're at. He's going to go for another cluster. They could peek him right now and take a nice shot on him. There we go. Taking him when he's running away from it. They know he's not going to stand on it because he could get killed from when it explodes. Nice job, Moringa. Going to try and save it for his team. Gets the one kill on the PZD. Now he's got to follow it up, and they know where he's at. He's got to find 3 more. Cluster charges didn't do a whole lot to get anyone killed. He does have the diffuser, but he's still got 3 left to find. He's going to have to rush on the site now. That castle barricade going to make it so he can't rush from that side to take peeks. Doesn't see him. Just the time he drops shots, and that is V3 taking another round. I believe that's a 3-0 now. Looking really good for V3 to move this on to Bank. Nice, strong start from them. However, again, we saw 3 wins in a row from V3 on Chalet, and K-Stars came back strong with 10 rounds in a row after that. So this could be anyone's map still, just because comebacks are totally possible from both these two teams. So
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused
we
by
are going to see
attackers.
top floor again, as they have not successfully defended it. They're not going to switch up. They may or may not have a good ventilation room defense. PZD better than NVK. Yeah, not even Donuts from Intact and Mav. Not sure what's going on with those guys. Those guys have been great players. It just seems like really map dependent for some of the Keystars players. in terms of getting those kills. For example, see Thai and Yuna there have actually made quite an impact since the beginning maps. Kamikaze, I don't know, it seems like he's not doing as good as he was previously. Julio up and down for sure. Moringa is definitely up and down. Psycho's been making pretty good progress though. So, I'm with you on that one, CRL. That's why I like the V3, actually put the V3 at the end of their name so we can actually, I don't know, tell who's who. Much better. I don't really like when teams put the name at the beginning. It looks nicer on your replay list maybe, but it's also not useful for anyone watching the game. So, I could change that. Doc here on that Mauve. Let's see who can win this argument about whether or not Doc is worthwhile. In terms of this. I mean, Bandit might not be as useful on this site, but ooh. Or no, that's what I'm saying. This site, of course, is useful. There's PZD, though. Take it down. K-Stars. Mauve. So Doc, not going to be useful if he gets killed.
Deploying sensor.
It's nice of them to take him out on that roam. I think he's setting up to try and be a roamer, you know, because he can heal himself, but it just did not work out. Now, they don't necessarily have the manpower down below. Moringa, though, knows where he's at. Goes for potential peek. He might have to drop to do so. He's going to have to rotate around. Looks like he isn't set up for that. Looks like PZD might be... Oh, no, I thought he was stuck there. He was stuck in a walk animation wall on his drone. That's very strange. Very weird. Trying to find where they might be at. You hear a mirror window coming up a bit late.
Bomb located by attackers.
Nice shot on the drone there. They are definitely trying to defend against the office attack as well. Have both those mirror windows. They might have set that one up late. PZD, though, taking down Moringa. He is doing some good work downstairs here. That heartbeat sensor did not save him. And there's Psycho with a nice kill. Kamikaze to follow it up. They're just falling left and right as all. And Julio to defend against 5 men. This is not going to go in their favor here. Looks like K-Stars fall yet again. 4-0 here. Look at it, very much V3's map. They picked this map for a reason, and that reason is to win. So hopefully they can take it home. And we will see Bank here from the looks of it, unless we're going to see a 6-round comeback here. So, feeling a bit tense for K-Stars, who may have just lost all their stamina. Now they're definitely setting up to try and make a comeback, but I don't know. You got to be on tilt at this point. I wouldn't think they would be really set up to do that, especially on attack here. It's just not been working out for them.
Camera in position.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go. Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it. Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
So they have started their attack, pushing their way in here. Probably not going to run through that. But it looks like PZD on this crazy roam again. Kamikaze down there to support him. See if they can make this work on this defense. Now, obviously, they've had the advantage every round here and working just fine. See if Mauve can do anything to try and stop this. They don't have anything great on the attack. And there goes one already down. All the way down to bleeding and finished off as PZD gets killed. Psycho, though, trades it onto Moringa. It is now 4v4. 2 minutes left, though. Psycho trying to hold the security office. Vigan trying to open up the small office window there. Kamikaze trying to hold down below sight, but he is getting droned out. Pinch is starting to come down. Doesn't quite work, though, but there we go. Finally, from Intact. Nice pinch on those And that is the 2 players down on Rome, I think, taken out. Nope, there's Psycho still left. They're playing a lot of Rome here, and it's going to cost them, as that is now 3 defenders down by playing this Rome. And it looks like this could be finally a round for K-Stars to actually take, because they have a strong man advantage, 4 against 2. Minute 30 left, too. So if they can just get the diffuser towards the site, or even kill these last 2, might see their first round on the board for this map. They are being smart and double-checking security office here. Now they know there's only 2 left. It's a lot easier for them to figure out where those last 2 are and then start putting pressure from both sides, especially with 4 attackers and the Glaz still left alive, as well as the Thermite to open up that wall if they haven't already. Glaz going to take control of this, and this is what I was talking about by Glaz in that security office. He can shoot through these nice long angles down that hallway. He doesn't do so just yet, though. He wants to give himself a chance to set up a bit better. Now we know there's one there. Does get droned out. That is Jerry. Intact, trying to get an angle on him. Holding this pixel angle. Now these last 2 are holding site, 1 on either site. And they're just going to be able to collapse on them. But there's only 40 seconds left, so they've got to get that ball rolling pretty soon. There's a flashbang attempt. Or that was a smoke. And there we go. There's one down. Jerry trying to trade it back, but he gets traded by Yuna. It is all now down onto Thigh. Try and stop this 3-man attack. Diffuser has been dropped, though. That was the diffuser. There we go. There's the finishing kill. Mav actually getting that final kill to bring the first round on the board for K-Stars. Not out of it just yet, but they still have to win 3 more in a row to actually get into even overtime in this map. So we're going to go back up to Armory Locker's archives. They have not successfully defended it, so they can play it as many times as they want. Maybe this will be the time they finally adapt. Maybe it'll be like Bar Game Room was on Chalet, where they just couldn't figure it out the first 2 times, but eventually got on board and did it. So again, we will see if that if Mav does anything on that dock. Still not feeling it. I mean, maybe Zilchi and Helby have a point, but maybe not for Mav, because it doesn't seem to be working. He seems to just die early most of the time. Some wire going up from him. That's what they were talking about, was that he gets wire, but he only gets 2 wire, I think, as opposed to 3 from Bandit. So I don't know.
5 seconds to go.
Again, not necessarily feeling, but hey, they're in Pro League, so what do I know, right?
Is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
PZD.
The attacker's bomb
Being cautious.
diffuser
They all
has been
spawn
dropped.
Valley, so this is definitely dangerous if there was a run out on there, but he was cautious of it.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Start opening that early, trying to pre-fire as much as he can. Of course, going to give away that position. This is an angle we've seen in Challenger League Panda using on Glaz, which I liked, personally. He did get a few kills from it occasionally, because it's a nice long angle. And at a long angle, Glaz is going to have an advantage because of his ability to easily spot those bright yellow pixels. Mob trying to hold an angle, speaking of which. Intact as well, trying to guard the offices. Watching the hallway as well, worried about anyone running up from that side. Pulse trying to watch downstairs. Now, there's been a lot of play downstairs. Thrummers and such down there. It looks like, I'm assuming Mav down there as well on that dock again. PZD trying to cautiously push it, and he has some idea they're going to be in that ventilation room, workshop area, so he's going to push from the ventilation room. If he'd only pre-fired right there. But he's trying to decide what to do. He's going to open up the wall. He's thinking about it. Maybe he's waiting for a drone to happen here. As soon as he opens that, he's going to be ready to take some shots. Does take shots down. Doesn't quite kill Mav. But he's going to be able to finish this job pretty easily. It looks like Kamikaze just droning him left and right. That is going to give him all the intel he needs. Does take a few more shots on him. He did juice himself up, though, trying to keep himself alive. But it may not matter. Depends on whether... Oh, if he hits right now, Julio's going to go down. See if he's going to move that. And that does quite a bit of damage. That's probably about 50% of his health. Take it down from laying prone there. So nice call there. Of course, they could trade that back, potentially through that hole. I don't know if they want to peek just yet. Moringa trying to watch down that hole as well. Could be the one to take PZD down if he pushes into that room, trying to chase after Mav. Jerry's managed to take control of the security room in the meantime. Mav's still trying to decide what to do, just trying to hold down below, trying to be the guy to delay them at the very least, to keep PZD busy. So in the meantime, Psycho does take down Julio with that Glaz. Nice shots there, and there goes... Looks like Moringa takes down Kamikaze. Trying to hold that angle. PZD, though, still pushing his way in. still keeping at least 2 of the defenders busy as well. K-Stars, though, Yuna throws a nice C4 out to get Thigh as he tries to push into the offices, it looks like. Or no, he's pushing into the archives locker room. And here's another C4 coming out, and that gets Glaz. Oh, no, he gets shot mid-C4 throw by Yuna. It is now down to Jerry to try and clutch this. K-Stars making their comeback after all. Jumps up right into the shots from Yuna. And as K-Stars making that comeback 2 rounds in a row now. Well done. Will I be doing some CCS casting? Yes, I actually did Friday. I casted 4 hours straight of the basically entire tournament of the Cyber Athlete League. So this is now down to a 2v4 situation, or 2-4 situation, where basically Keystars need to win 3 rounds in a row if they want to be able to take this. So it's not looking likely, but they did run the last 2 rounds in a row. So what's up, Eclipse? Good to see you stopping by.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We'll see. Now they're going to be playing the top floor again. If they're going to play downstairs, there's been kind of a mixed bag in terms of playing downstairs. I mean, it did work out last time for Mob. They did end up winning it, just burning off all that time on PZD. He just wasn't able to push it. Had he finished the shots and killed Mob, that might have gone a bit differently, although he might have gotten traded by the pulse on the hatch. Hard to say. They're going to set up to defend the security office, of course.
10 seconds left.
No one breaking anything too crazy on the attack lineup.
5 seconds to go.
Camera.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Looks like they're not setting up very heavily on this top floor here. More so focusing on the other floors. Watching these angles, of course they brought that close. But there we go, nice kill from Julio on the Kamikaze, who obviously went for some kind of run out on that pulse. That was definitely not a good choice there for V3. Feeling like a little confident because they're at a 4-2 situation. Hoping to kind of tilt them on their chance for a comeback. Doesn't do so. PZD trying to play this roam in the hallway. Let's see if they can catch anyone being a little careless down here. Or downstairs rather, using the main square lobby. Just waiting at this interesting angle. Could get droned out though, they are doing a lot of droning of it. He does get caught. There we go, takes him down midway up the stairs, sends his body flying. It's intact, taking down PZD. And this is looking good for K-Stars to try and continue their comeback. It is now a 5-3 with 2 minutes left. Oh, this could cost him here. Here's that come up right at the right time. Does quite a bit of damage, not enough to kill him or anything, but still going to hurt, still going to stop him from doing what he was trying to do, as I don't think he was able to get that set up in time. Nicely played. Smart angle usage here. Second time we've seen intact know just the right angles to use from below. Try and counter some of these plays. But he just walks and exposes his back way too far. And it kind of pays the price for it. He actually loses a lot more health than he dealt in damage. So that's kind of working out in his favor there. But Thigh still having to be cautious. Intact, though. Not going to really have a whole lot of time to get reset or anything. Probably just going to play it as is, down with his like 10 health or so. Does catch Jaeger. He knows that window means someone's going to be playing behind it, and they have put a bandit on it. There goes a second window. Ooh, it takes a bit of damage for it, though, for putting it up. Now Psycho going to play that. Meantime, though, Moringa trying to play from below. This is why they're taking control of the floor below, trying to make sure that they can get these angles upward. This is actually working out pretty well, playing a game from below. Psycho, in the meantime, does take out Yuna, though, trying to counter this attack as best he can. That is going to be the Glaz going down. That will help for sure on this push, because this is where the smokes would come out, and he would be able to go in guns blazing. But Psycho still taking one down. Intact does trade it, though, onto Thigh. It is now a 3v2. Intact, pretty low health, but he's still doing plenty of damage. Going to give away his position a little bit with that, but it doesn't matter. Takes one down before getting knocked down himself. He could get away from this, though, potentially, if Jerry can't catch him. Trying to wallbang, does not quite hit him. Diffuser goes down. Now he's got to fight against 2 to 3 guys, depending on whether or not they get intact up, and it looks like they will. And now that's going to be easy potential win here, but Jerry brings it down. Does get him after he gets picked back up. Feels bad for intact. Now he's going to find Mob. Mob smartly plays it around. Jumps off through the window. Takes him down, and now the comeback continues. So, one more round if they want to break this to overtime. Now, this is not easy, but we saw them win 10 rounds in a row earlier. So it wouldn't be a big surprise to see them win one more round in a row. So they've definitely shown that they are capable of doing it. Now, Eclipse, it's not necessarily pronounced Jerry, but it's pronounced so close. I don't want to try and do the weird Brazilian pronunciation. So, it's Jerry to me. So, 3-4. Match point still, but it was 4-1, so they are definitely making a good comeback here. We are going to go to Customs Supply Room, though, so that's something a little bit different. K-Star's wanting to throw a monkey wrench in here. Now the question is, will this big question mark go in their favor, or are they going to lose this map and go into bank? If they can make this work, could be a big deal for them, because then they could bring it to overtime. As I imagine V3 are not going to be prepared for this defense. People generally don't want to play this. I mean, some people will play tellers, but still not necessarily. The Customs is just not a real big favorite here, but this is the Brazilian meta, so guess we'll see soon.
Attackers have located a bomb.
They're definitely going to be playing, I think, some people upstairs at the very least. The question is, are they going to be playing 3 or 2? I mean, it's not uncommon at all for any downstairs defense to just leave 2 and play a lot more people upstairs and then set up for the rotate back as they be, which is what it looks like they're probably going to be doing, although they're setting up very similar to a defensive ventilation room workshop, or even the top floor, where they set up a lot of defense around the archives and locker room. PZD had to have drone by now and figured out where it's at, but they probably picked a lineup, you know, as they would any other side, although I don't think they need anything special to play Customs, so I don't think that's really going to cost them. PZD hoping to catch Intact, doesn't quite do so. The trades back and forth, gets a little bit of damage on him, that'll help, but probably shouldn't re-peek it. Intact, certainly not going to do so. It does a nice little sideways hop there through the glass. Comes up some rotate. He's just going to board that up, make it so it's a little bit harder for them to push in on him, but also makes it harder for him to get out of there as well. Interesting that he's boarded up all of those. Shots come down here from the AC unit, trying to catch him. Nope, doesn't quite have the angle to do so. Interesting they're going with the double window on the wall here. PZD going to rotate around security office as Jerry does running downstairs, catches Pulse for a little bit of damage. Psycho with some nice easy kills there, uses the window to his advantage. Well played after smoking it, pushing them out. 2 kills in there, but it is traded back by Mav onto PZD. That was one more scene. That is 3K for Psycho already, just pushing around this top floor. Playing 3 up top didn't work out, although they are doing quite well downstairs. Mav takes down Kamikaze, so they are trying to hold as best they can downstairs in a 3v2 situation. Looks like one of them pretty low on health. Pulse going to try and stick it as best he can as well. But Psycho has really put a big, huge dent in the defense. Could close this map out as they are at the advantage right now. They still have 1:20 left, so this could be the end of this map for K-Stars if they can't find a way to clutch this out. Drones are coming out as they want to be sure that they've cleared this top floor. Does finally see one there. There's still only 1 on site. They could just push site at this point with their 3 guys and not even bother clearing this top floor and potentially force him down. But looks like they're just going to go for the pinch instead here. Psycho pushing around with the help of Jerry. You just want to pinch him into these offices. Going to open up some of the wall. But he takes a bit of damage through the wall. Looks like Mob was ready for that. Well played on his part. It is now down to a 2v2. Oh, and the attempted pinch comes out from Jerry, but Mav is ready for it. Manages to take his head off and actually put this down to a 1v1 situation now. Nicely done by Thigh, trading it back without taking any damage himself. But only 30 seconds left. He does have the diffuser, but he's going to try and get down there. He's got to find where he's at first. His drone's a little too far away. Just gives up on the whole droning thing. Says, okay, I'm probably clear enough. There's only 1 guy left on site. Yeah, Claymore not going to do a lot of good there. But he walks right into it. Somehow wins that gunfight against Moringa, who whiffs way too many shots. Unfortunately, we won't see it from his point of view. That is V3 closing out this map. They have taken 2 maps now, bringing it 2-2. We will see the final map, Bank. Surprising turn of events from a strong start from Keed, but V3 did pick that map, so I guess not a huge surprise, although that was a lot closer than I expected at the end. Nearly went into overtime. K-Stars trying to clutch at Mav, especially trying to bring it back against Psycho's 3K. So, nicely done. Well played by V3. A bit of a surprise at the end there in terms of whiffing those shots. I did think for sure that Pulse had the advantage there, but you missed those shots. Looks like they're just feeling... I mean, they still look a little jovial as they have won 2 maps as well. So the question is, who favors Bank? Now, this is a decider map, so I don't know who really wants it because neither of them picked it. So chances are neither of them are big fans of it. but they obviously wanted it more than the other 4 maps that they banned. So unfortunately, it's not coastline or anything, but we have seen only a little bit of bank from these guys. But we have seen bank this season, so this is not out of left field or anything. Not some crazy map pick. So shout outs to Salt and Cross. What's up, guys? Microwave. Good to see a bunch of the NA guys in here. Checking out the Brazil stuff. Eclipse, yeah, I believe they got shot through smoke and through the windows. So I just liked the way he came around from the other side and pushed them out of their own sight and used it against them. So, yes, there was smoke. You could see it afterwards. So, I imagine we'll go to another 5-minute break. We have no kind of halftime or anything like that, just these 5-minute breaks between each map. So, but this will be the final map. So we'll see who is going to be going to Poland and who's not on bank. So whoever has a better place. I'm going to have to say that I think this map will probably favor V3 slightly, just based off how the two teams have played. But it's anyone's game. I've seen some good play from Keed that could also work out quite well on bank. But I feel like the roamer play has been going a bit better to V3, and this is a map where that can really change the game. It would be interesting to see if they play any alternative sites, though, if they're going to play open area or CEO, or if we're going to see the typical basement and the tellers. So, hard to say. Hopefully these guys will get going quickly, as it's the last map. No one needing to do much other than a short break. Hopefully they'll get them in the it took a while last time, surprisingly, for that map to start. Not sure why, but yeah, it is more like 15 minutes. Just because, like, it takes them a while to do this part. We'll probably see some highlights in a second, then break, then another 5 or so minutes to actually get into the map after the flyby. So, for anyone just tuning in, this is the only match today. This is a best of 5. I don't know why they play best of 5, but... And so far it has gone 2-2. There was a nice throw by Yuna on the C4, and then it was followed up by another nice throw by Moringa on another C4 kill. Just barely Jerry getting off the diffuser just in time. PZD with a nice drop shot there. Yuna with a lot of good plays as well here. Managing to sneak around. I like how he peeked him first, then re-peeked it, ready to get the shots there. Oh, dang. 1,000 bits. Shout out to Bat Queen. She's a Bit Queen now. Thanks so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Everyone throw out your support there for that. Awesome. Those glass plays there too. Definitely exciting times. Latin America, super hype here. Everyone having a good time enjoying it. Even the support between the donators for the other donators. Love to see that. Super hype. It's definitely going to be crazy. This is going to be the last map, and this is deciding who goes to Poland. This is going to be nuts. So if you haven't caught it before, definitely check out the VODs later, but make sure to stick around for this, because this is really going to be big. Brazil has not had a Pro League before. This is going to be the first match of Brazil that decides who goes to Pro League. So this is a big deal for them. This particular map right here is going to decide everything for them. They're going to decide who goes. Next week's going to decide the second team who goes. But this is extremely important for these guys, because V3 is a team that beat the contender Santos Dexterity before Pain did. So we could see a V3 Pain, or we could see Keed Stars making their throw from earlier worthwhile. They did throw a game a while back to not have to play Santos, to play V3 instead. Looked like it was going to pay off, but I don't know. They lost 2 maps in a row now. So it's definitely very tight in determining who might go somewhere and who might not. So, nicely done. We are going to go to a little 5-minute break here. Not unexpected at all. So, hopefully we'll be back and get ready to do so quickly. So, we'll be right back. Throw on some music. take a little pee break, get some snacks, some drinks, whatever, and get ready to get hyped for the 5th. Here we are back. I know the lactose intolerance. Yep. Bloodbath is definitely the expert at keyboard pizza, so I'll have to see if I can get some pro tips from him. Here we go, back with Reggie Watts, here hosting the Pro League. Hopefully he's hyping it up there, screaming goal and all that soon. It's very exciting. 2-2 so far, best of 5. Still not sure why they play that, but it's definitely hype. Both these teams got to be pretty exhausted by this point. Yeah, I guess spelling pizza on the keyboard is a good way to get subs. What's up, Synchronize? Still working on that PS4. Someday. So, hopefully these guys won't take too long to get in. I wonder if we're going to get some player interviews. See, now his beard I could maybe compete with, but Verdi or Zoronic, yeah, I'm not going to happen. These guys, one of these guys needs a bigger beard. I think that Andre guy on the left needs to grow his out too. Definitely. He's got it trimmed a little close. But he does have some long hair to compensate, so he's got a beard on the back of his head, basically. The other guy was cool fluff hair. Joke about the hair, but then I'm going to have to get a haircut before Katowice, or I'm going to look like a clown. So hopefully we'll get started here soon, if they can just get everyone in the match. Didn't see whether or not everyone was sitting at their little seats. Sitting on phone books, probably. Hopefully they're all ready to go. I imagine they're probably all taking their water breaks and drinking the Red Bull, doing what they need to do to stay hyped, because it's been long. Oh, cool. Shoutouts to Nicholas, then. So thanks for everyone for sticking around so far. I know it's been a long match. At least it's going to be a shorter day than usual. Normally these go for another like 2 hours from now. Sometimes longer, so. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the gel look for sure. I'm going to just have to slick it back. Make it into a helmet. Be looking good for that. I'm not going to be able to compete with the beards there, though. Yeah, go with the. I should go with the double ponytail beard, the Viking style. That'd be great. If I could ever get it to that length, I have to get a beard weave to get it to there. I don't know if I could do the. I'll do cornrows on the mustache, ponytails on the beard, and then slicked back helmet hair. It'll be the new look, new meta for 2017. I'll grow some fresh corn on my nose. Definitely feeling it. It's all about the pro strats for your haircuts and men's grooming. So we'll see what I'll look like if I do show up in Poland. So make sure to tune into the Pro League. See what happens with that in a little less than a month, probably. These guys got to get this going soon, though. Start getting the killing on, because both these teams, I'm sure, are ready to close this out and move on to either going to finals or not. I know next week's going to be hype as well. Everyone that's noted fans out there, Payne playing against Black Dragons. I am favoring Payne for that, so that could be noted going to LAN. We'll see. But at least we're going to get the flyover of Bank now, so that means we're getting closer and closer, inching our way towards actually playing a match. Yeah, maybe Zyronic could do the cornrow beard. Is Zoronic actually going though? I don't remember if Playing Ducks actually made it to the point where they can go to LAN, so we may not see that. I don't remember where the stats are with the EU. It's so hard to keep track of all the different divisions and then Challenger League on top of that. So those of you who aren't aware as well, I know there's a lot of people here that are new to the channel. I also do the Challenger League for North America, and then Milos the Medic does it for EU. And I don't know if anyone does Challenger League for Brazil. Look at them slapping each other on the back of the head, it looks like. Adjusting each other, maybe picking food out of each other's ears. Who knows what they're doing? But look like they're tired. K-Star's getting a little sleepy after losing 2 maps in a row. Looks like Mr. Sandman's coming to visit. V3 feeling a little more hyped now, right? We could do this, guys. We came back from losing 2 maps in a row. Losing 10 whole rounds in a row. It's just hours till the final round. His teammates are very, very abusive. Ooh, that is the sound, though. See them clapping. It's very exciting. There's the sound of the map starting. They will be getting into operator picks, so we will be cutting to the game in just a moment. And we will begin the hype fest. That is the final map. Map number 5. Never thought I'd say that. Best of 5. Gonna start on bank in locker CCTV. No surprise there. This is a basement heavy one. Very 5-man on site a lot of the time. But then you get the occasional roam play, which is always interesting. So, we'll see a Pulse here that I imagine will probably be playing in that bank gold vault. Something we've seen a lot of to try and determine when the plant's coming down, counter it, things like that. But the question is, are we going to see anyone else on roam? They are setting up reinforcement on at least the hatches. Is Psycho going to be the man to play up top, or is he going to rotate back down? Ooh, PZD. Not a big surprise, I guess, seeing PZD on the roam here on Jaeger. Something we've seen him doing a lot of. But it is dangerous here on bank unless you can manage to avoid and dodge a lot of the drones. But this is definitely a map where it's going to happen, potentially. Oh, Microwave, they give me a clean feed from Brazil that has only game audio. So specifically because Ubisoft asked me to do this, they give me a special feed. They also give Verdi Pones the same feed so that he can commentate in German. So that is how we do it. It does make it a little awkward having a lot of people talking and no sound coming out of their mouth. So. Speaking of Microwave, if you're still a moderator on the Reddit, what happened to Breaching Siege, man? It was on the sidebar and then boom, gone. Tisk tisk. Moringa drone in the lobby out wants to make sure that that stays clear. There is that Jaeger, or I mean not Jaeger, but Pulse down in the bank vault, their area, while PZD actually has rotated back on the Jaeger. They're just trying to get some idea where the attack's coming from so they can prepare for it. So Moringa still doing that droning.
Drone's ready.
Pulse does catch Moringa there, and also catches Intact from the looks of it. So he has some idea they could actually go for a drop here on the vault side. It is occasionally a tactic used, but it is it's difficult.
Knock knock.
So it's hard to say which side they're going to go for here, but Moringa is already pushed in server, so it looks like they're going to go for a server push. There's the Thermite doing his thing. You've got Mauve watching the angle, and they're trying to watch the back stairs as well.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Drone ready.
K-Star's going to be trying to get some angle onto the smoke. They really need to get smoke down to make some progress here. That's always the hard part because he's the one who's going to stop this plant. First smoke coming out at 55 seconds here. We'll see if they can make that push. They haven't gotten the diffuser down yet. Yuna just looking for his opportunity, baiting out the smokes, but he is going to go for the plant now. Question is, are they going to be able to stop him? Smokes do delay him a little bit more, but he did bait it out at least. And if that was the last one, then that really could work in his favor. Kamikaze using the last smoke, but it doesn't work there as it was a little too far. The plant does come down. This is looking good for the attackers. It's still 5v5 though. As I say that, of course, PZD kills one on Moringa, but 5v5 with the diffuser down is pretty good. Jerry gets down one more as well, but then it gets traded back and forth. Julio taking down one, Kamikaze taking down another, Julio taking down one more, and then Moringa getting one with a Claymore. Definitely unexpected. Jerry trying to clutch this here against 2v2 situation. There's Mob with a nice jump up there, and then finish off by Julio on Jerry. That was a nice start there by K-Stars. They're going to try and get their momentum back, that's for sure. Nice Red Hall attack there, taking over Pulse's spot. So now they are going to be K-Stars on defense. Hopefully they can win this as well and then start getting their ball rolling.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Razor wire is deployed.
Looks like, is Moringa actually going to play all the way out here? Or is he just looking for drones, maybe? It's definitely dangerous to play in the lobby here, especially if you could be more useful on site. But looks like he was just doing some drone hunting and going to work his way back now.
Speed up and running.
Let's see if they set this up. A little bit of wire, but not a ton so far.
10 seconds to go.
There needs to be a lot more wire in the server room as well.
Seconds left before insertion.
I feel like they're definitely short on wire. Either that or a lot of their roamers have the wire.
Attackers
They're going to come back and set that up.
defuse a bomb.
We'll see how V3 attacks this.
A bomb has been located.
They are playing the Montaigne for the first time today. This is actually surprising that this is the very first time we've seen a Montaigne, and we're at map number 5. I mean, sure, we've seen Glaz every round pretty much, but Montaigne definitely new here. Which is surprising. He's still strong, although he's quite a bit nerfed by the hip fire change. Looks like Jaeger not going to be as worried about as long as he keeps his distance. Oh, the shots from Glaz there. Nice follow-up. Trying to catch him off guard, but doesn't quite do so. Going to go for the reload instead, though.
I am deploying a drone.
Nice use of the smoke, at least. He does have his Montaigne still in there to try and help block off, get intel, help hold that server room for the rest of his team to push in from the stairs or from the sewer tunnel. Mob trying to get some idea who might be attacking from above. Now, they haven't reinforced the hatch from the looks of it, so that will be important to what Mob's trying to do. All those smoke attempts coming out, try and get the ADSs, and they are going to start smoking in pretty heavily. This is going to be where they're going to try and get rid of Glaz, or Smoke, because he's got to open up a lot of that wall. So Smoke's smart. He's going to play it back quite a bit, but he does need to throw those smokes still to stop a plant here. Now, the Thermite isn't... there he is, getting the wall open now. There is one smoke. This is where Psycho needs to be on top of it to stop these smokes from coming out, or at least bait them out, because he is down to his last smoke grenade. And this is what he's using as his cover. Pushes in a little aggressively. Takes a little smoke damage, gives his position away. Now he takes shots there onto the the bandit, but in the meantime there's a C4 kill, and then PZD with a nice long angle waiting for that someone to try and roam in there. Takes him down. Glaz misses some shots there and gets killed. Now another C4 attempt, but it is a little late. Doesn't do enough damage there. Mob, who is pretty low in health, but there's a nice smoke kill there. Julio managing to finish off that Montaigne with smoke. It is a very scrappy 2v3 situation at the moment. Diffuser's still not been planted though, but there's 56 seconds left. They're going to need some reinforcements here from PZD to try and help get this down, as they got to fight these last 3 guys. Smoke, I think, is probably out of smokes at this point though. So they just need to make sure they don't get killed while doing this. Just got to cover for him. PZD is down here to help as well now. So plant could come down. He's just got to take those shots. But Thigh is really feeling the pressure. There we go. They baited out Yuna at least. Now it is all down to these other two, but we do see one rotating around. Julio's going to go for the server stairs, try and get around behind. If they get the plant down, then they can watch. It looks like Thigh's actually going to be more concerned. Now they're really burning up his time by doing this. He really should have gone for the plant already. But instead he's actually going to push in deep where they don't expect it. Go for a B plant. They're really not prepared for this at this point. Julio, too busy rotating around. They might have seen it, they might not, but he's rotating all the way back around now. Are any of these hatches open? No, they're not. And he's actually burning up a ton of time being afraid of this here. Now that's already going off. He's going to go off a bit louder, so I'm not sure if they're going to know that he's coming, but he is definitely in a precarious position. Will he catch them off guard? He's got to go through his own wire, making a tiny bit of noise here. Looking to see if he could catch anyone. They know they're going to be defending this. He knows the diffuser is planted at the B site now. He's trying to catch someone on this angle. Now that Woodbirds are actually going to backfire against him. Interesting idea, but it doesn't quite work out. Does a little bit of damage. There we go. Finishes off PZD. Nicely done. Oh, almost catches Thigh. If he could catch Thigh here, he could still defuse this in time, but he's running very short on defusing time here. Nice shot there, but it doesn't matter. Thigh. Quick flick there. That's V3 getting their win. Now, I believe it is a 1-1. I think both teams have won around here. Successfully defending. So far this has been very defense heavy, I think. Or no. Attacker heavy, sorry. So, nicely done. Can go back. Attacker heavy, of course, means we're going to go back downstairs every time. So, for anyone who hasn't been here before, this is basically best of 5. It is the two teams against each other, the one match through the day.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Basically, Keyed Stars won the first 2 maps, which were Chalet and Oregon. Then, basically, I'm sorry. Then a comeback from V3 took Consulate and then Border. So it's gone very back and forth, although Keith's wins earlier were much stronger in that they came back 10 rounds in a row against the 3-round deficit at the beginning. So far, Keith have been playing a bit stronger, but since it's a best of 5, it basically is going to take a while, or a lot of effort from them to actually make it all the way to the end. So I imagine K-Stars is a little bit burnt out from some of those earlier ones. But at least they're going to be playing downstairs over and over from the looks of it.
Why do it yourself when robots do it?
So this is to decide who's going to go to finals. This is a semifinals match. So the winner of this is going to go to Poland LAN next month. And then the winner of the match next week is going to decide the last team to go, which is going to be between Pain and Black Dragons. So of course there will be VODs, so you can catch the matches from earlier to see the details. It'll be interesting to see how Echo gets played here.
A bomb has been located.
Something a bit different. They are bringing an Echo and a Smoke, so the question is, will they be able to stop a plant? Ooh, PZD on his roam again. Trying to catch one here. Playing pretty heavily in that kitchen. There's Mob pushing his way in aggressively now. But switching to his drone, looking for the reaction, of course. And there's a nice attempted spray there. Does almost, there we go. The prone doesn't work, but there's at least a trade. Mob was ready to trade that back. So that is unfortunate for the one attacker, but at least the other one was ready to trade it. And that is two roamers are down now. Actually, Psycho got taken down as well. So it's looking good for K-Stars still. Take this, they still got plenty of time left, a minute 36. There will be no other game today. The other game will be next weekend. Same time as usual. Because it's a best of 5, there's not enough time to do 2. Oh, and that's why you leave that unreinforced. You can shoot that thermite charge there, or even maybe shoot the discs if they go for X-Kairos. And there we go. Mob taken down Thigh. It is now down to 2 defenders left on site to try and defend against 4 attackers. Switching up who has the... Oh, there we go. Kamikaze, though, can equalize it right after he drops the diffuser, but then he gets traded back. Still worthwhile trade, making it 3v1. Definitely worthwhile. And there we go, the last kill there onto Jerry. With plenty of time left. So, that is a good play there for another attacker win. So, of course, we're going to see Basement a few more times. At least next round, probably, and the round after that. Very much going attacker-sided. I chalk some of that down to Glaz being in the mix now, of course. So, it is 2-1. K-Stars are up by 1, but if this continues, then it's going to get traded back and forth. At V3, you're going to win this attack round now. So, we'll see if K-Stars can change that up. If they can win this defensive round and change the pace, manage to make a defensive win, assuming their secondary bomb site isn't terrible, they could really get on a roll and actually take this home. I mean, it matters more so who wins an attack round when it's going defense, but in this case, it still matters to get that extra round up, because that means you put the other team on match point sooner. Putting the other team on match point sooner means they have to win multiple rounds in a row to be able to stay in it. So it is definitely the ideal strategy. Obviously, I mean, saying the strategy is to win, it's kind of obvious.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse.
Julio's setting up for his smokes. Now they're not bringing Echo. Obviously, Echo didn't do anything last time. But that's probably because they all got killed pretty fast. So that usually will make it kind of hard to use your yokai drone. PZD with his drone just chilling inside here. They did not see that. He's going to be able to potentially use that later. He might even be able to use that to open up some of their windows, or to be able to get some of the batteries down. Anything they need to do with that drone. Interesting that they're playing up here in the archives of all places with the window, trying to control the lobby tellers area. In the meantime, though, PZD just going to clear out the top floor very quickly. See if they actually catch him down here. They're spread out between the two as if they're defending it as the bomb site. Drones go down. PZD just saying forget it. He's actually just moving right past it. But there's Mav right there, or no, Moringa right at the bottom of the stairs. See if PZD's ready to do some damage on it. Here's some Nice, but he's focused here. Galaz's going to be a nice distraction from Psycho as he pushes his way around the top floor as well. See if he's going to open up. I don't know if they've droned those rooms yet, but I do hear a lot of damage go down. Kamikaze takes down Intact, and that's a nice start on attacking this teller's holder. Jerry does take down one of Mav though. Now there's 2 defenders down. That hold upstairs there just not working. Now they're 2 defenders short to defend downstairs. If Smoke gets taken out, they're going to be in a bad place. But they're all rotating back now. Now if PZD can take out Moringa, it's going to go bad here. But in the meantime, it goes the other way around. Moringa taking down PZD. So that stops that attack front. He's now a 4v3. Looking a little bit better for the defenders, but still not great as everything starts getting opened up here. Going to do some droning, checking for any kind of repercussions from opening that hatch. Doesn't see any. Decides it's safe to start to make his approach. Start throwing the smoke grenades down. He's still the one with the diffuser, but he might just drop instead of going for a crouch plant. They're actually going to open up the vault here. It looks like they're very much focusing more on the B side than you normally would with PZD pushing down the stairs and then them opening up the hatch as well. I do kind of hope they push from both sides here. It'd be interesting to see if that works, but it looks like they've all rotated back to this hatch. So I'm not sure if they're just opening up all the hatches to make them watch them, or they're actually going to use those other ones. Kamikaze going to potentially follow the same fate as PZD here as he pushes around, but Vanna has rotated. Nice C4 throw, though, from Moringa. Takes down Psycho, evening out the odds 3v3. 22 seconds left. Push is going to have to start coming from Kamikaze, who does potentially get 2. Doesn't get the Julio as he's pushed back, but that is going to put serious pressure on him. He's going to have to think carefully about how he plays these smokes. And he's going to get taken down by Kamikaze. This is definitely looking like another attacker win. It's all in Yuna, who's stuck in the bank vault here with a lot of pressure from Kamikaze. Diffuser is getting planted and is being covered quite well now. Yuna can rotate through the bank vault. He's got very low health. If he's smart, he's going to come out of the bank vault because rotating Red Hall is not going to work out from there. But he tries to take some shots anyways. Now they're going to know he's coming because what else would he do at this point with like 1 health left? And a Dream, he's going to try it. Thai's going to be ready for it. And he's looking to... Somehow Thai misses his shots. Here we go. Can he catch either of them at this point? And there's a nice C4. Oh, that must have been the bleed out from the C4 kill. Well done. Another successful attack here. Trading back and forth. So this is definitely going to go down to the wire. And who it might even, if it just continues to go back and forth, it's just going to go down to the math and depending on who gets what side in overtime. So it really could be almost, in a sense, random who wins if they continue to do the exact same thing. What's up, BK? So, back down to the lockers every time here. Hopefully, someone will win a defense round so we can see a different bomb site. But hey, we see a nice throw instead. Now, we didn't see that Montaigne work out, so we're not seeing it again. Which would be interesting.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
But,
bombs.
nonetheless, we're going to go with more standard attack. Although, I'd say they're not bringing a Galaz this time. So that could be different. Maybe this will be an attack round that doesn't work just because of the change-ups. Not sure why you would change up successful attacks, but I mean, obviously if they're working. Defense is usually the things you want to change up more, but let's see. They may play some people upstairs again, or are they just maybe just doing hatches? Hard to say sometimes.
Attackers have located a bomb.
It does look like they could be setting up a little bit upstairs. It didn't really work out last round as they got killed trying to hold the teller archives. So it doesn't bode well for when they try to hold those against CEO in a future round, potentially. So yeah, it looks like we are going to have 2 roamers upstairs. Mob trying to work his way towards them, though. He's have his drone at the top floor, though. So he's going to have to throw a second one so he can try and drone better down here. Intact, waiting to see if anyone peeks out on back alley, but no one's going to do so. No peeks yet on this map, although PZD was definitely considering it on Pulse. He obviously knew where they're at, and he was hoping he could jump out there. But no dice, he's going to rotate down. Now Alley's been pressured out by Intact. But he's going to rotate down to peek maybe from a different side. Intact, having those hatches open, is looking for some opportunity to catch anyone trying to come upstairs as they can't magically just fly up a hatch. In the meantime, PZD actually back in electrical closet, not where they're going to expect him to be.
I'm out.
But it does mean he's pinned there potentially, as he would have to run outside and around to get back in, and that would clearly mark him before he could get in the window, and then it would be obvious when he's jumping in the window. Looks like Moringa, though, in the meantime, taking control of the lobby. Slowly pushing their way through the map as Intact is taking control of the top floor. So they just need to pressure out these guys on the main floor so they can work their way downstairs, as they are not down there yet. So
Heartbeat sensor deployed.
interesting. PZD waiting. The diffuser actually chilling outside there, it looks like, with Yuna. Oh, is this going to be Yuna's death here? He's pushing it very confidently to his... Oh, and there's a knife kill. Someone should clip that one. That was a good one on PZD's part. Nicely done. What a sweet knife cut. Oh, the shots come down, though. He's going to... Could cost him his life, but he did trap the diffuser. He's baiting it out and gets pitched from both sides. Still feels good. He got the knife kill, though. So, good for him. Worth his while, I guess. Burnt up a lot of the time. Only a minute left now for the attackers. They do have a lot open, though. So, the question is, will they be able to start the collapse, or are they just going to continue to burn more time, being worried about roamers, or getting in position at this point? Hard to say. I don't see the whole thing here.
Bomb located by attackers.
So they're trying to hold the angles on the hatches at this point. Moringa trying to find someone in Red Hall. Hoping to catch Smoke off guard, if anyone. That would be perfect kill. But no luck yet. 26 seconds left. They're still doing a lot of jockeying for position and not a lot of pushing into the site. Some smokes have been baited up, but they runs right into that one. Nice kill by Psycho. Playing back a little farther than they expected. I like that strategy. But now he's trapped outside. Shots coming down. Kamikaze takes down one, but then the trade comes down from Julio. It's now down to a 2v3. Attackers actually at a disadvantage for once. Does manage to down. There's two down. The defenders win for once due to time. So that is the first defense win on the board for V3 here. So that is a good start and changing things up. That means next V3 round, so the round after this one, we finally will see another bomb site. Question is it going to be Teller's Archives, or are they going to do something more unique? There we go, the nice knife kill by PZD, waiting ever so patiently for him to jump into his knife. Of course, we still got one more round, at least, of Locker's CCTV, because they have not won it on K-Stars. So it's 2-3. Now V3 have a point advantage to potentially go into overtime first if the attack round wins again for V3.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So, looks like they're going to play upstairs, actually. So they changed their mind at the very last second. No, never mind. It's just the spectator view looking weird. That would have been funny if they changed at the last second. It's the problem not controlling the spectator cameras, right? I mean, I guess it frees me up to do more, but at the same time, it can be hard to tell exactly what's going on. So, we are definitely putting a lot of resources again into the top floors, opening up some hatches, getting ready to play an aggressive defense upstairs, and then rotate back down through hatches as needed. But you got to be careful. You can just rotate, drop right into someone else, say an open area, ready to kill you. So you can also use those as angles. So
locate a bomb and defuse it.
surprising to see Intact with a donut here, already 6 rounds in. Just because he's generally doing a lot of damage. We've seen Kamikaze and PZD doing a lot, especially though. So the kills have been spread definitely differently every map, it seems like, depending on who they play and what their specialties are. Kamikaze nearly catching someone up there. Trying to watch some angles from the skylight, take advantage of this long angle. Usually it's to your advantage to watch those. Wants to open that up from a little safer angle, smart to do so, and then reload safely away. They do want to push people out of that stock room, make sure this top floor is clear as quick as possible. Make sure they can control those stairs. Intact though, playing between the floors like that means he could kind of flexibly come up on them until they take control of those.
Drone's ready.
Ooh, nice kill there by Kamikaze, again doing more. There's the smoke. It's coming out already, surprisingly. Doing a bit of damage to PZD, but Kamikaze taking one down, then Julio trades it on Psycho. It is now a 4v3. Attacker's still advantage as usual. There's a nice kill there, though, from Yuna, taking down Jerry. Make this now a 3v3. Kamikaze pretty low in health, as is the smoke.
Activating.
Oh, and he's somehow not finishing the kills. There we go. PZD finally getting a nice shock drill kill there to finish that off. It is now a 3v2, although, again, Kamikaze's still low in health. Oh, and Kamikaze catches Moringa on the drone. They're still all playing upstairs here. Is there anyone even on site at this point? Wait, are they defending Teller's Archive and it was just confusing? So it's hard to even tell what's going on at this point, but Moringa with a nice spray does get punished, though, for it. Couldn't quite finish the job, and now he's going to be the one in a bad place. Moringa looking to see if he can catch PZD, who's right here. Easy kill for him. Nicely done. He was on his drone, and there was another kill out there from Yuna. Actually, trading's back could be a defensive win, and there we go. Looks like it was Teller's Archives. It wasn't just Spectator be confusing. And that's Keatstar's winning a defensive round now. Of course, they won it on the off-bomb side of all things. So they really changed things up on them and actually made it work. Now they can go back downstairs and try and win that. I guess they decided finally, hey, we're not going to make it work on downstairs, and it worked out. So now we have both of them winning a defensive round. So now we're going to see Teller's Archives again, but this time from the V3 guys. 3-3, these trades back and forth is definitely looking like we could see overtime here, unless someone wins 2 rounds in a row now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
See if they set this up a little bit differently. They do have a pulse, so I imagine he's going to use to try and counter anyone playing from upstairs in the CEO office, or even actually to play in the CEO office and try and have some idea when they're approaching.
10 seconds remaining.
So far, no one upstairs yet, and this is definitely a site where you want to play some upstairs, at least, if nothing else, to delay their attack upstairs, because once they get control of the upstairs, they can start shooting down through the floor. They didn't bring a fuse, they didn't bring a buck, they do have a sledge, so we'll see how they actually go for attacking the top floor and then using that if they get control of it. But I think they're also worried about roamers downstairs, it looks like, or just trying to keep that drone safe. I think Moringa's drone actually missed him there. Oh, but there he was to follow it up. Maybe it didn't miss him. And there's a nice early kill there from Moringa. He lost a good chunk of his health, though, down to about 60 health at most. PZD, though, trading it onto Yuna.
Sensor deployed.
And that is their glass down. That's going to hurt, for sure. I mean, I'm not sure how critical that was to the strategy, but he's definitely useful on those windows outside when you're fighting someone actually on that floor. Also to be able to shoot people that are potentially roaming upstairs without paying attention. Moringa holding his angle now, though, hoping someone tries to rotate down. A lot of people holding angles here, waiting for those moments when someone peeks too aggressively. Oh, PZD right there, then he's got to be making noise, even though he's walking slowly. He knows he's in there. PZD just playing it so smart, hanging out, but he's holding an angle, waiting for someone to actually walk close to it. Moringa, though, actually waiting as well. Both of them just playing cat and mouse with each other, kind of knowing the other one's there, but not knowing anything exactly. Thanks for the shutout back, Queen. Gotta get them bits. Gotta bit me up. Intact trying to get some barbed wire out there. Trying to find some angle on someone through these little bars here, but he's a little exposed as well if he's not paying too much attention to the other sides.
Activating shock drone.
Not sure if they have full control over the top floor or not, but Mav in the meantime definitely not in control, but he gets back up, 50% health still, so he's going to be able to open up more of the floor before he potentially gets killed again. Now, I don't see... I'm not sure if Thigh has a C4 left he can potentially use, but it looks like that grenade actually whiffed. Yeah, didn't quite do what he wanted to. In the meantime, though, Thigh does take down one onto Intact. It is now a 4v3. Defenders at an advantage. This could be another defensive win. Ooh, the shock there on the Kamikaze, but it does get taken out. PZD takes down Julio. It is now a 4v2. definitely looking like defenders could do something here. PZD going to make it hard for them to sit up here comfortably. Starting to flank around. Moringa, though, coming up to try and stop him. It looks like he's ready for it, though. And the shots come down. PZD takes a bit more damage, but he's not able to follow it up on a Mauve. However, Mauve's got to find 3 now. Totally worth his time there. Intact MVP for this round. Or, I'm sorry, PZD MVP for this round for sure. Because that gave Jerry the chance there to finish that. And another defensive win here. That's going from 3 offensive rounds to 3 defensive rounds in a row here. Back and forth. No, maybe 4 defensive rounds offensive rounds first. So, who can win this map? It's anyone's guess here. Although now it is match point. V3 have the advantage. If V3 win the next round, they go to LAN. If K-Stars win the next round, we go into overtime, and it's still up in the air for who's going to LAN. We are going to go back downstairs. No surprise now at this point.
Defenders, protect
So
your
it is
bombs
anyone's
from
game.
by attackers.
This is going to be interesting, to say the least, especially if V3 can start getting an attack advantage on some of these roamers. Last time we didn't see the Echo do anything. So hopefully it comes in handy this time, or K-Stars are going to be going home and they threw that other game for nothing. That's really what it comes down to. Did K-Stars goof by throwing the game to play V3? I'm curious to see how many roamers are going to be playing upstairs this time, as it's been very back and forth with that.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Up and running.
Looks like we might have to,
Attackers' objective
unless
is
they're
to
rotating
locate a
back
bomb
down
and
now.
defuse it.
Intact. It looked like he might have been hanging out in an electrical closet, trying to play upstairs. Get some drone in here. A lot of kills coming up. Intact still with the donut, just 2 assists. I think he needs to step it up here, or they might just be going home because of him alone, right? Feels bad for him. He's been playing operators that should be getting kills, like Jaeger. He's not exactly playing like a site rook or something like that, where, you know. Anyways, Kamikaze trying to do his thing we've seen him do, try and take control of this top floor. Play it pretty aggressively, but drone carefully instead. Poor Eclipse, feels bad for Intact. I don't know, man. It's got a good setup for roamers, and he's been a roamer, so. Oh, nicely done. PZD opening that up means they can attack from that garage and actually be able to get some shots into red hallway potentially. That may have actually just worked in their advantage big time if they push on that. Bandit actually hanging out in the servers. Behind the server, interesting placement. Looks like they're going to move the Echo over here, though, to try and stop anyone from coming into the B site, potentially. He's still trying to decide where to set up. He's burning up a lot of time doing that, though. So. Oh, and there's Intact going to be caught out. Maybe he's still going to get no kills. PZD's been doing some really good work with this shock drone. Making a lot of progress. And there's Jerry opening up the hatch. He's going to get some drone down. They're getting some pretty good progress pretty fast here. Still a minute 20 left. It's not a ton of time, but there's a nice... Oh, the glass through the window is just going to be brutal here. Now, Yuna's watching it, but this is glass. It's not going to take much. If you can stop whiffing cut, there we go. And now Echo's going to be in a bad position as well. This is really going to crumble for them. Setting up that window there might have been a really bad choice, knowing that those shock drones come out. And there's Psycho deciding, I want to drone some more, see where everyone's at before I push it again, because they're going to be expecting me to repeat it. But now it puts their focus pushing that, looking that way, worried about that side. And that's going to cost them as Intact finally gets his first kill of the map onto Psycho. Nicely done. That's the glass. He actually got the glass. So good for him. He should pat himself on the back, but not let go of the mouse for too long. Kamikaze going to drone down here and look for Intact. He is found now, though. But he knows Kamikaze is going to be coming down those stairs. So they're setting up for the attack here, but there's only 30 seconds left. So it is a 4v4 at this point. Now the push is going to come down into Vault, or into Red Hallway here. Shots go down from both sides. They didn't see each other because of the smoke, so client side smoke worked out. In the meantime, the Thighs gets a team kill into Jerry. That's going to hurt. PZD, though, does take one down, and he's got another kill here, potentially. That's 2, 1 onto Julio as well. Now he's got to stay alive from Mauve. If he can just take out Mauve here, then they are in a good position. The ADS is the wrong time, but his teammates there to help pick it up. The Echo's going to stop this here. Oh, right as the Echo is about to save the day. Plant does come down, and then there's V3 taking it home. They are going to LAN finals. Congratulations, V3, beating Santos Dexterity, beating, I don't recall who they beat. Pain as well, and beating the other team that was trying to play them. K-Stars going home because they threw that match to play V3. Bad play, K-Stars. Now you got to feel silly for trying to save your strats for that. Although, to be fair, it went all the way to map number 5. Went down to the wire there. Didn't make it to overtime, but got pretty close. V3 got to be feeling pretty good after losing the 5-0 on Oregon and those first 2 maps going pretty badly. But they are going to LAN. Congratulations to the V3 Masters. Amazing play at the end there. Nicely done on all their part. PZD, especially in that last round, doing a lot of work to help things out, setting it up for that Glaz. Just nicely done all around on that last attack. The defense, I don't think the setup was the best. The Echo wasn't able to do anything. I did like what he was about to do, though. He almost saved it, but not quite enough. So it feels bad for that Echo who was just feeling like, had I had my yokai in place just before that, could have made it work. So that is that. See the friendly hugs, handshakes, etc. going out. They got to feel pretty good, though. They took it down to the end. Like, it wasn't a total stomp either way. Both teams winning 2 maps in a row before it came down to the end on Bank. We did get to see all 5 maps, which was exciting. Both teams got to be exhausted by this point. They got to go get their Gatorade, Powerade, whatever, and get some electrolytes back after a marathon like that. Just 5-minute breaks, not even a halftime show. So that was great. Unfortunately, the rest of this is just going to be a bunch of Portuguese. They're just going to be talking about different stuff, and I'm not going to have any idea what they're talking about other than what we just said. Maybe some highlights, things like that. Talking about the brackets. So if you want to check the rest of that out, that is going to be at twitch.tv/Ubisoft Esports or youtube.com/Ubisoft Esports. So you can watch the rest of that Portuguese if you understand Portuguese especially, but that is the end of this. There's not too much point in me just sitting around talking about random stuff. So thank you all for tuning in. We actually had a nice amount of viewers towards the very end there. Thanks everyone who's checking this out. Anyone checking this out on the VOD as well, make sure to share that around so anyone who missed this can get a chance to catch what they missed. Some great plays there from both teams. I'm looking forward to seeing these guys in Poland. V3 going to rip it up. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a nice afternoon. Go try and relax after some intense matches like that. And I will see you guys hopefully on Thursday for Challenger League NA. So make sure to tune in for that. That is Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific time, so 8 p.m. Eastern time. Not sure what time you guys are in Brazil and things like that, but hope to see you guys for that. And thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys next time. I'm going to go ahead and actually host someone since I'm not on delay. We'll see who could get a nice amount of viewers from this, so make sure to stick around for that. Give some support to someone else streaming. Let's see. Who do we want to give some hosting to here? There's actually quite a few players online. We'll see. We'll give Canadian some views. He's got to feel bad after not going to LAN. So you guys give some support to Canadian. And again, see you guys Thursday.